Good evening, Warrior fans and everyone in Wes-Del Warrior Nation. Welcome back to another exciting season of Wes-Del Warrior Varsity Football here at Paul L. Parker Field. I am the superintendent, Kyle Mealy. Alongside me, as always, is the coach, John McLaughlin. Coach, it's been a full year since we've been out here in the good old Boys of Fall. Are you ready for another good year?
Yeah, absolutely. Couldn't get a better night for football here to kick us off on week one, and the field looks great, and the facilities look great, and just ready to kick it off, and let's play some football.
We've got a good one for you tonight. The Alexandria Tigers are coming to town from just across I-69 over in Madison County, and they bring with them a seasoned squad that has lost a few seniors but has brought back a lot of experience from last year. Alexandria we'll get into in a minute. We'll also get into a breakdown of Wes-Del's new team and get you up to date on what you're going to see tonight from your Warriors and the rest of the season. But let's first reach out early in the season and thank our sponsors, the WD Sports Network, corporate sponsors, Star Financial, Bank, Van Mater Reed Realty, and the American Pest Professionals, Dowling Dumpster Rentals, and Star Rocket Media. We want to thank all them. You'll hear more about them throughout the broadcast tonight. As we mentioned, we're going to go into our pregame now, the Van Mater Reed Realty pregame. We want to thank them. Coach, if you're looking for a house, you do know that the Van Mater Reed Realty team is probably your best bet, right?
Absolutely, and I'm not really looking for a house, although there's some people in my house that would probably like me to look for another house.
I think they would. They would. They would like for you to look. So we could always call Big Jan or call Brian on the Van Mater Reed Realty team. But it is the pregame show. Let's talk about the Alexandria Tigers. They come into this one coached by Pete Gast, who is 69-88 in 16 years. He's the guy you'll see in the tie. He's worn a tie for years. You've known him and been around him for years. So he's known for the tie, Coach.
Yeah, he kind of wears that white shirt and tie, and kind of been his thing. And, yeah, he's been there for a long time. Anytime you can stay at one school for 16 years plus, that can be a feat in itself. So, yeah, he's established himself, and, the program has gotten better every year under him, and just even the years where they've been down a little bit, they've been solid. So, we go back to we talked together for a year at Bluffton years ago, and he was an assistant coach under Coach Hostetler, and I was an assistant coach at basketball, and I got to know him there. And so, glad that they're able to come over here and help us kick off the season.
And as you mentioned, they've had their ups and downs. Last year was an up. They were 8-2 overall, and their only loss was to Mississinawa in Week 6. That was also their only loss in conference play. They were 6-1 in conference play. And in that Week 6 game, they lost to Mississinawa 33-21, but the rest of the year they went 8-1. And then a heartbreaking loss to a really good Bluffton Tiger team, the Battle of the Tigers. In the sectional first round, they lost to Bluffton 26-14. And so those really were the only two losses they had last year. Pete Gast teams like to throw the ball, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that his son is a junior and is the quarterback. We'll talk about him here just a little bit. He's one of our key athletes to look at for the Alexandria Tigers. Last year he threw for 18 touchdowns and 1,677 yards. He completed 127 passes on 188 attempts. Coach, that's pretty darn good.
That's really good. And, think of that as a sophomore, too, last year. So now he returns, and he's got another year under his belt, more confidence, and I know he is working in the offseason to get better. So, yeah, it's going to be a daunting task to make sure that we can try to slow down that passing game.
And a coach's kid, he's going to know basically to be the coach on the field. He's going to know where everybody needs to be, so that's a leg up. He's grown up around this system. Obviously, he's lived this system, so he's going to be right there as an extension of his own dad to say, I need you here, I need you there, and make sure you're running the right routes.
Absolutely, and that might save you a timeout here or there in a game where the coach may feel like he needs a timeout. He's not going to need that timeout with his son out there because he can kind of direct traffic and let everybody know where they're supposed to be, like you said. And, he's grown up in the system, and a lot of times those coaches' kids are have a little leg up on everybody else. Not so much that they are necessarily better players, but they also have watched younger guys come up and pay their dues, and they kind of know what it's like to pay dues. They also know what it's like to have to put in the hard work to succeed.
And the series so far, if you look at Alexandria and Wes-Del, is Alexandria has won 15 out of 17. So 15 Alexandria to the 2 wins by Wes-Del. Last year's meeting, beginning of the season at Alexandria, was a 49-12 win for the Tigers. One thing to look at last year, when you look at their rankings, and we'll talk about one key player to look at on the defensive end, that'd be the linebacker, Will Rowland. He's 51 tackles last year, but he was only a sophomore, so he's another one to look for on the defensive side to step in. They did lose a lot of their receivers that graduated, and they lost a couple running backs, so we'll see some new names there. But last year, Coach, this is overall, not just class. This is just every class system. They ranked 42nd in points scored at 36 a game, and they ranked 18th in defense at 12 a game with an average margin there of 24 points. And that's something to look out for tonight because they like to score points, they like to spread you out, and they like to throw it.
Well, what it does is put a lot of pressure on you. Every possession means something because if not, you may give it back to them and they may score. So you've got to, one, defensively try to slow them down a little bit. But the other thing you have to do is offensively, you have to either control the ball, control the game, slow the game down a little bit. Maybe with running, you got to get some of those long first downs, long sustained drives, which allows you to stay on the field. But you also have to score when you get to the close to the end zone. You're going to have to score some points against an Alexandria team. You know that it's probably not going to be a 7-0 game. It's probably going to be one of those a little higher scoring games. So you're going to need to score some points. And if you do that, you know, you're going to give yourself a chance. But another way to, like we said, slow them down a little bit is ball control on offense.
Well, they come out of the Central Indiana Conference, and we know the Central Indiana Conference is a strong conference. You coached in that conference as a basketball coach for many years. You look at some teams in there football-wise. You look at your obvious ones, Eastbrook,
right,
Mississinawa, Oak Hill, Madison Grant. You've got some historical football schools there. So Alexandria fits right in that mix, and you can't give any slack to Frankton, another team in there. So it's a strong conference, a lot of 3A or really 2A or bigger schools in that conference.
Yeah, and when you reminded us that they were 8-2 last year and that only loss came to Mississinawa, the first thing I thought of was they must have really been excited about their win over Eastbrook.
Oh, absolutely.
Because Eastbrook's a power in the CIC
yes.
in football every year. Mississinawa, we know for years, going back for years, has always been a good football school. So, you know, for them to go 8-2 and really only lose that one game in the conference, what a great year for them. And like you said, they did graduate a lot of guys. So it's going to be interesting to see how the new guys fill in for them. And I'm sure that that's something that they're going to be looking at too. As Coach Gass is looking at his team, he's going to see what pieces he can fill in here or there. And first, you know, that first week is always kind of weird as coaches anyway. You don't really know what to expect until you get out there and start playing a full game. Yeah, you've been through a scrimmage, but now it's full game time. The one constant they have is a quarterback that they know they can count on. But, yeah, that conference is no joke.
And now it's, as we mentioned, it's the Van Mater Reed Realty pregame show. We want to thank the Van Mater Reed Realty team for being a Wes-Del Sports Network sponsor. Let's shift gears into Wes-Del. Coach Matt Knuckles now enters his third year. He's 5-15. Also put on a new hat this year as the athletic director. So he's got a lot on his mind tonight, but most of it's focused on the football game tonight. This is another year where we are independent. We are not in the MEC any longer. We are an independent school. We've been that in the past. And you look at 23 season, we were 4-6, one of our best years overall in a long time, and a really good 3-game stretch there towards the end of the year where we had 3 big wins over Tinley, Union County, and Cambridge City Lincoln. Some things about Wes-Del last year is we started towards the end of the year to put up more points. Another big win last year was that Southern Wells win, which really was a goal line stand, if you remember.
Yeah.
We won that one, I believe, 14-8, right there at the goal line at the end of the game at Southern Wells. So those 4 games, best season we've had in years, and we're looking to build on that. We have a very experienced line. We have a lot of experienced players. You look at some of our back. We have Brock Nauman, who's one of our key players to look at both the fullback and the interior linebacker position. He had 6 touchdowns last year and ran the ball for 573 yards. You look on the defensive side of the ball, and you look at our other inside linebacker, and that is Grayson Mealy, who had 102 tackles last year, 2 interceptions, and a fumble recovery. So we're looking at that. And then some newcomers, obviously, at the quarterback, Cam Bonderschmidt, and then you've got Riker Malk at the running back position. So those are some things to look at. But really, it's going to be a tale of two different teams. We're going to be ground and pound,
Right.
and they're going to want to spread us out and throw us. So it's going to be interesting to watch that. What's your take on both of those styles, and more importantly, Wes-Del style this
It's
year?
going to be interesting to watch to see which one can work. You know, if you ask coaches, I would say a lot of those football coaches would say, give me a veteran line. I would love to have an offensive or defensive line that's got some season to them, and we've got that. So a lot of those guys have been through a year's worth or 2 years worth, or some of them even 3 years worth of battles on the varsity level. So if we can win some of those, battles up front, again, it's going to be, if we're going to run the ball, we got to sustain drives and we got to find a way to punch it in. Got to limit those turnovers. That's always a big one. But you know that if you're going to play against a quick team, the best way to handle that is what we're going to try to do tonight. Now, easier said than done sometimes, but that's what I would like to look for, and I really hope that we can get off to a good start.
And we do have a couple of what I would say is new faces this year that are coming back to the football program. Two of those to mention would be both Carter Flynn, who's back, both as kicker and a receiver, and now we have Tyler Summers back, and he is also in the receiver position. So you know Tyler, you know Carter, you know their athletes. Having those guys back in the program, that has to be something that excites Coach Knuckles.
Oh, absolutely, and he's talked about how much that changed the dynamic of going into this year, just having those two guys back there, both athletic, quick guys. We're going to take a little bit of a learning curve because it's been a year or so since some of them played. But, Tyler is a tough kid that won't shy away from contact and is going to do a nice job at both sides of the ball, and so will Carter. So both of those guys coming back out help. But a lot of the guys that you mentioned, some of those guys that, are returning guys, those are the guys that when something goes wrong, we've got to lean on some of those guys, got to step up and push us through some of those issues we might have. And I look for that. I think we'll have really good leadership this year.
And, Coach, this isn't your first broadcast. Earlier in the week, you were able to broadcast the volleyball.
Yeah.
And I believe we hosted Daleville, and that was a tough match. Daleville's a good team. But just want to remind everyone, you're tuning in on Friday nights, but you can catch more out of the Wes-Del Sports Network throughout the year in all aspects and all sports. Want to give a big shout-out to the man behind us right now up here in the booth, Mr. Producer, Mr. Romine. He just sat down. He just sat down. He's helping us bring all this to you. Does a great job. We every year we expand our setup. You and I both have a lot more in front of us. It's a lot easier for us. So we want to give a shout out to Mr. Romine. If you are watching on YouTube and you want to say hello in the chat, don't hesitate to be positive. That's the key this year. All positives. If you're an Alexandria fan and you're watching, we're glad that you're tuning in. If you couldn't make the drive, they have a great section over there that is right now being baked by the sun.
Yes,
and that's usually how it works on the road. They're baked by the sun. They're trying to block out the sun, but a great group. Here come the Warriors onto the field, and they are ready for the start of the 2024 campaign. And we want to remind you of our sponsors: Star Financial Bank, Van Mater Reed Realty, American Pest Professionals, Dowling Dumpster Rentals, and Star Rocket Media. And we also have other corporate sponsors we may mention throughout that are our athletic corporate sponsors. Too many to mention right now, but we want to thank them all. And we're getting ready for the national anthem. So what we're going to do is we're going to take it down on the audio, enjoy the national anthem, and we will come back with Coach Mac's keys to the game after the national anthem. We'll be back audio-wise on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And welcome back. We had the national anthem, and we're back here and ready for Coach Mac's keys to the game. Reminder, you're watching the Van Mater Reed Realty pregame here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Coach, you have 3 keys to the game. Why don't you let us know exactly what those are here on the first night, first week?
Well, I'd love to see us win the battle up front, offensively, defensively. Let's use our strength, which is our offensive and defensive lines and our veteran players, and win that battle up front. We also want to talk, like we did earlier, about slowing down the passing game. We know that that's the key to them. I don't know that they'll run much. They're going to throw the balls as much as they can. So let's slow down that passing game. And third, you got to always limit your turnovers. There's probably going to be turnovers here and there. Ideally, you'd have none, but limit them and keep the ball in your side as much as possible. Anytime in any sport, if you can win the turnover battle, you're usually pretty happy with that, and it leads to success. So those are the 3 keys I would say for tonight. If we can get those 3 things done, I think we'll give ourselves a chance to be right in this game.
And right now, as you see on the screen, we're getting ready to do the coin toss. And we've got a good crowd out there. We'll give a shout-out to our cheerleaders. Coach always does that later.
Absolutely.
We've got a lot of shout-outs to say and a lot of people to talk about. And throughout the game, we also got some updates on the other sports happening at Wes-Del. Student section, I'm going to guess it was beach-themed tonight?
Sure looks that way. Either that or, yeah, it's beach theme.
Okay.
Hawaiian night or beach theme.
I didn't know where we're
yeah,
a little worried about where that was going for a minute.
It looks like I was looking down there, and I wanted to make sure and confirm that, but yes.
And got a couple people in the chat. Craig Paul says, let's go Warriors. And Chelsea, and I'm going to get that last name wrong, Chelsea. She says, go number 20, Zach Gillum. And Zach's out there, as we said, number 20. We got a lot of, as we talked about with Alexandria, we've also got a lot of new faces for Wes-Del you'll be able to see. That might have been either in middle school or on the JV team last year, going to step in some roles as we lost some key seniors. And it's always fun on this first couple of weeks to see, as Coach mentioned, how the kids will fit into their new role and how that's going to work out. Not sure who's receiving. Coach, did you notice?
I don't, but it sure looks like we will receive here. It looks like we're going back to receive.
Yeah, it does.
So, it looks like Alexandria there in the white is going to kick off, and we're wearing those black uniforms that I love. I think Coach Knuckles got those last year.
I believe that's Tyler Summers, Mason Davis back to return for us. And then just ahead of them is Grayson Mealy.
Owen Long.
And Owen Long there.
Your other up men.
Kicking off for the Alexandria Tigers. I can't quite see who that is, the number. But I can look here and see who they have listed as a kicker. Usually in high school they don't list the kicker. And I don't think they're going to list this one.
Number 10.
Number 10, and that is John Amon. And he is aiming for a good kick.
You got to be ready here.
Wow, that was bad from the start.
Yeah. Thought we were going to be more professional this year. Well, there's the onside.
Onside kick, and that is received by number 76 for us, and that is Luke Powers who gets it. So the Warriors look like they're going to take over almost right at midfield here, Coach.
I almost said right away, starting off the year and a veteran coach like that, watch for the onside kick, but Luke kicked it to the wrong guy because Luke Powers has been playing for 3 years of varsity, so he was ready right away. That gives us great field position to start with on the 50 here.
Mr. Producer, Mrs. Producer has already said she's excited
that you're
for
gone.
The first game and excited that you're out of the house. Here's the first play of the 2024 for the offense here, the Wes-Del Warriors. In motion there, it looked like. And that's off to Brock Nauman. And looks like he picked up about 3, maybe 4.
Yeah, he's got a full head of steam there and picked up 3 yards.
See where they spot this.
Yep.
And, pick a 3. 2nd down and 7. Ball's on the 47. You're looking at the Star Financial scoreboard scrolling at the bottom of your screen. I want to thank the Star Financial Bank for their sponsorship, continued sponsorship since day one of the Wes-Del Sports Network. 2nd down and 7.
Tight formation. There's Mason Davis.
Mason Davis has it, trying to get around the end, and he's got to cut up the middle. He picks up maybe 2 more.
Yeah, that's not a bad pickup. And
It might be 3, Coach.
Yeah, I think so. It's going to leave us manageable third down and 3 here. And I think that this might, with the onside kick, this may be 4-down territory here. I wouldn't be surprised.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. So the Warriors staying with the ground attack. Again, an experienced line up front there. You're going to see Luke Powers, Grayson Mealy, Dallas Godby. We'll mention others as we get through here. This is a 3rd down play.
Going long.
And it's Owen along the outside. Let's see if he can get across. Got to get across, and they get him just short. About a yard short. We'll see if they go for it. I would think they would.
Strung him out there a little bit. Owen's got to try to find that. And he was trying to, but he's got to try to find that hole quicker and go upfield. One of the things you don't want to do too much as running back is run east and west. You want to run north and south as much as possible.
Cam Bonderschmidt, number 12, coming in as quarterback, replacing the graduating Triton Blevins. So we saw a few snaps last year in a couple of games when Triton was injured. And so here we go. Big 4th down play early in the game. 10 minutes to go. 4th and 1 on the 41.
It's 4th and just a long yard here. See if we can. Coach Knuckles had to call a timeout there.
And it took a while to get the play in, and they will force a timeout. However, on a 4th and 1 this close, it's not what he wants to do, but it's not the worst thing.
Well, listen, in the first half, those timeouts aren't nearly as important as they are in the second half. But you may see this a little bit with the first-year quarterback. We may see some timeouts from time to time just to help initiate it. The game gets faster. The game gets a little bit quicker. And, it's one of those things where you may have to use a timeout here early to help calm down and keep everybody in order here.
And that is the first one used by the Warriors at 9:52. And so we will stay with you here. A big 4th down upcoming here at Paul L. Parker Field. Alexandria Tigers trying to get a stop. And, of course, the Warriors in territory to go for 4th down. And here we go. We're going to get this one going. Warriors come back onto the field. Let's see what they do and see if we can convert. The big guys up front just got to do their job and find a hole and get the back into that hole. So here we go.
May just see Brock Nauman right up the gut here, or a quarterback sneak.
It is Brock. He's got it, and he's got more.
Easily got that one.
A fantastic gain, pickup of 5, maybe 6, and the Warriors have a 1st down.
Nice run, right? Able to run right over their right side, the guard and tackle. I believe on that right side, that's probably Grayson and Easton Stewart.
Yeah, Easton Stewart and Grayson Mealy on that side. I'm sure Malachi's up there somewhere. Here we go, 1st and 10.
You know what that also means? That was a good timeout.
Yes.
Because if you convert, that's a great timeout.
Back to pass
to throw.
And looking for it. It was there.
Carter's got to turn a little quicker.
It was there. It was Vonderschmidt to Carter Flynn, and if he was turned, that might have been a score.
Would have hit him right. It did hit him right in the hands. So he just turned a little late. Vondy had to get rid of that a little quicker than he wanted to.
And I was a little slow on the replay.
Oh, my bad. We only used it once the other night. Sorry. I'll try to keep up with it. But
I tried to get there. I just learned how to do it, and I pressed the buttons quicker than you did.
Yeah.
2nd and 10, Coach can't run a replay.
I'll try to do it right next time.
Ball on the 34. You'll never do it right for me. You know that. 9:24 to go. Here we go. The Warriors on 2nd down, and this one is going to be caught in the backfield. Mason Davis tackled by number 63, and that is wait, they don't have a 63.
They don't have one.
Yeah, they do. No, they don't. Well, I think it might have been 66. Maybe that was Landon Bell.
Nevertheless, it was about a 3-yard loss. That one went the wrong way.
It was either 66 or 68. If it's 68, it's Andrew Reed. And folks from Alexandria, that call is sponsored by Eye Associates.
Not really our fault if the names aren't right on the program.
Well, I don't know if the numbers, I'm reading the numbers right.
I've seen your classes.
3rd down and 12.
Oh,
it's going to be on us, isn't it?
Yeah, Carter got a little antsy there, wanting to take off. False start on the offense. That's back us up another 5 yards.
It's going to put us at 3rd and a mile. So we'll see what we do with 8:39 to go. That is the first penalty of the game.
Couldn't do anything about that. It looked like he was trying to hang on off the end of the diving board there. Carter got his momentum going. Started swinging his arms, and right here in front of the official had to throw the flag.
So with 8:36 to go, it's going to be a long 3rd and 18. And let's see what we can do here. Not known to be a passing team, as we mentioned, so we'll see if we run it or we pass it. It's away, and it is Vonderschmidt. He's throwing.
Oh, that's interference.
That's got to be a pass interference of some sort.
I guess he's saying it was uncatchable, I guess, or I don't.
I believe Coach Harlan and Coach Hansen both want to know.
Tyler Summers is asking why you can't tackle me on a route. And Coach Hansen's wanting an explanation there. Yeah,
I don't know that he's getting the explanation he wants. And it's going to be 4th down, and it looks like we will be punting.
Yeah, this distance is too far to try to go for it now.
So penalty really hurts you there, and a play that got backed up, and there's a snap away, and it is a good kick there. And now a return. We got to make a tackle here. And finally tackled out of bounds over there on the far side. I can't see who came up with the tackle.
It's number 28?
No, it's number
29.
That's Brock Nauman.
It's Brock.
So Alexandria gets it. It looks like it's going to be on the 43-yard line.
Like Carter Flynn was the punter on that one.
No, that's not the 43-yard line. 37-yard line. Yeah. The scoreboard had it wrong. They got it right now. Everybody's in their first game.
That's right.
So Alexandria and the passing attack led by Coach's son, Brady Gast, will get it, and it is in the shotgun right away, Coach. Looks that way.
It'd be nice to put a little pressure on him, too, make him have to throw some uncomfortable throws.
And that is a handoff, and tackle made by
hit Brock right
Brock
away.
Nauman, Grayson Mealy, and
Dallas Godby.
And he maybe got 2 to 3.
Yeah, I'm going to say 3.
So it's going to be 2nd and 7. And that one might have caught the Warriors off guard because they are always going to be expecting a pass with this Alexandria Tiger spread offense. 2nd down.
3 guys out here to the right this time.
And he's going to roll out on this one, a pass play. And it is going to be a 1st down before he's knocked out of bounds, and that is number 10 for us.
Eli Wright.
Eli Wright knocking him out of bounds, but not before the Tigers are able to pick up a 1st down. So what's difficult is if Gas can throw it deep, you've got to worry about playing deep. Well, then you worry about getting the screens and the smaller routes, the inside routes and things like that.
He was taking the dump down on that one, which will probably set up something they'll run later, a longer pass to one of the other guys that were en route that time. And they had 2 guys a little further down the field.
And here we go. It'll be 1st and 10 out of the shotgun again, and that's a fake handoff. And now in pursuit are the Warriors. They almost had him in the backfield before he's finally wrestled down, and that tackle was made. Again, coming up from that one is, I believe, Luke Powers, number 76. Want to say hi to Julie Kirtley Swartz, just retired after so many years as a Warrior bus driver. Bus number 1. We miss you, Julie, but we're so happy that you're still watching. And I pass her every so often on the road there out at 500, and I see her driving by. We hope you're enjoying retirement and also enjoying the Wes-Del Sports Network tonight. Here's Gast. Back to throw. It's up in the air, and he's got a receiver, and it's just outside his hands. But, boy, he had somebody, and that is, let's see who he was intending there. I cannot read their numbers.
Those numbers are hard to read, aren't they?
Yeah.
20-something.
Yeah.
6?
Sure. Who is that, Coach?
Will Rowland.
Will Rowland. We talked about him.
Yeah, it was 26.
Yeah, and so it's going to be 3rd down and 3. I wouldn't be surprised if they run here on 3rd down.
Well, they have a lot of options.
In motion is Will Rowland, and let's see if that's on them or on us. That's on us.
Neutral zone infraction on us.
And that'll be the 2nd penalty on Wes-Del.
The other thing that does is gets a first down for Alexandria. They don't really have to earn it. We just gave it to them, so you don't want that. I know Coach Knuckles will, talk about that as soon as he gets a chance to get that group over there.
Second penalty on Wes-Del. Alexandria has not committed a penalty yet in the first quarter. And so penalties kind of in that turnover margin area or in that category Coach talked about. It's not really a turnover, but it can cause you some havoc. So it's one of those things we wanted to limit. So it's 1st and 10.
Pitch back.
Pitch back here coming. And Brock Nauman, and there's a flag on the play, finally tackled by Grayson Mealy. And flag came out. We'll see what it was. I believe it's on the offense.
Going to put it back here.
Spotted the foul right there, and it's a hold. Yep.
That'll help us. That's really going to put them back quite a distance here.
So that is the first penalty for Alexandria. Hey, looky who we got here. We got former athletic director Kai Denny.
Really?
Watching. He says the stream looks good and sounds great. Go Warriors. Well, look, we talk about another person we missed. We've got Julie Schwartz who's in the chat. We missed Kai Denny. Do we? Yes, we do. No. Yeah, even though he's only 3 houses down from me. I saw him walking this morning. I was having my coffee. I looked up, and I saw a strange figure walking down the street. It was Kai. Here we are. Back gas trying to find somebody. That one is thrown above his head.
Good
nice coverage by Mason Davis.
Good coverage and good pursuit. Jonah Whitworth getting back there and making it tough. A little pressure from him, and I believe that's Easton Stewart back there putting a little pressure. And again, if we can make him throw uncomfortable throws where he has to get rid of it quicker than he wants to, that's going to be to our favor.
Coach, I noticed something different down on the sidelines. I think you can see it, but a little bit more color on the old ball coach down there.
Yeah.
It looks like he's got wristbands, a bright orange and a purple there with the backwards hat, the old ball coach.
Thought it was Dusty Baker for a second.
I did too. That one's going to be a screen out, and we got to make a tackle. And there's a lot of room, and that's going to be a first down, I believe, or maybe
real close.
Just short.
It's a nice play set up if you saw that whole thing develop.
He came back in and then had blockers all through the middle.
Probably almost like if I would have hit the replay button, it would have been nice to
You
show.
and the replay button. Folks, we try the replay button, and Coach just talked it up before we started. Hey, I know how to do this. I'm really good at this. I know how to run this.
No, I didn't say I was really good at it.
Can't run it. And there's the old tush push. And they need to blow that dead.
And they see where they mark it.
It's a first down.
It's close.
It's a first down. They're gonna knock it right here. Bang! Told you. So, 5:46 to go. 1st and 10. Ball's going to be inside the 30-yard line. Looks like it's on the 29.
And that's not the play that hurt us. The ones before on the big yardage play where they threw a little crossing pattern and
he wants a reset of the clock. There we go.
Yeah, he's got
now he wants to wind it. We got it.
It's a first game for everybody up here, buddy.
He gave us a thumbs up. He might have heard you. They're doing the best they can. They always are. And that's a handoff. That's got a lot of room before he's tackled there. I didn't see who was in on that. Number 10.
Yeah, that's Eli Wright again.
Eli Wright, and there was somebody else, but I couldn't quite see who it was. And a gain of 3. You can hear the voice of the Warriors, Brian Lake.
Now doing volleyball, too.
I noticed that the other day.
Yep.
He's just moving out. Another retiree. Retired from our custodial staff last year. That one's to the outside. And he's finally tackled down there. That was Grayson Mealy.
That looks like enough for a first down, though. Just inside the 20 now.
It's good to see Kevin Dodd is in watching. Hello, Kevin. A lot of Warrior fans watching.
You are watching us, and you have not hit that subscribe button. We're over 1,000 now, and we'd love to keep going. Love to see us get close to 2 or 3 or 5,000.
You're getting better at that.
By the end of the year.
You know that? Sometimes I think, man, you're just getting so good at this. Gassed.
I'll blow it later, don't worry.
You will. Gassed on 3rd down, gets the handoff, and that's going to be a touchdown.
Trouble. Yeah.
A touchdown by the Warriors, or excuse me, by the Tigers. And I don't know if that was Roland.
No.
Okay.
It's number 10, I believe.
You don't have to yell at me.
I think John Amon, I'm going to guess. I think it was number 10.
He was aiming for that end zone.
He aimed right there and got it, too.
Did that work the first time I did it?
It did not. No, but you're going to keep trying it.
It still doesn't work. I have this huge monitor in front of me, and I keep looking out. I don't know why, because Mr. Producer's got me all set up in here. Kick is up, and it was good. Alexandria leads 7-0 with 4:05 to go. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
We're going to make a comeback.
You guys come out and you make a difference. Like, you change the game for us. When our players see you and hear you, it makes all the difference in the world. We have the vision of great things.
And give us a chance to show you again that we're moving in that direction.
And we're back. Got some new commercials there. That one looks like a Indiana Fever commercial, Coach.
Yeah.
Exciting.
Fun to watch. They're playing really well right now.
Yeah.
Just watched them the other night. They're on a streak here. They had a tough start, but they've really started playing well.
Hey, Coach, you got a toothpick in your mouth?
No, do you want to give me one?
No, but Mrs. Producer wanted to know if you had a toothpick in your mouth.
Not tonight.
I think they just, maybe they're hearing something.
Oh.
Are you sloshing around?
I don't know.
Well, you're bothering people. There was an onside kick, and that one was picked up by, I think, Malachi DuBois.
You're correct. Malachi DuBois.
So 4:04. Let's rewind that. 4:04 to go. 1st and 10. Ball on the 48. Ooh, what do they got? They tossed a ball. They've got a ball. Oh, there we go.
A kicking ball. Got to get that out of there.
Get that kicking ball out of here.
2 onside kicks so far.
Yeah. The Warriors used to do that.
Yeah.
That was a long-standing tradition.
Yes, it was.
1st and 10. See if the Warriors can counter the score by the Tigers. In motion here. Looks like a handoff to
That's Riker,
That's Riker Malk, and I think he picked up a good 3 yards. And yep, Riker Malk, number 30. And they've got their. Do they know they're showing 4th down?
Well, that's Mr. Journey over there.
He's been under the weather a little bit lately.
But he doesn't have that. I'm sorry. He's down here.
That's what it is. I don't know who has it at 4th down. It's not.
I think that might be. I'm guessing, but I think that might be.
It's everybody's first game.
Yeah.
2nd and 7. You tell me who that is. One of these days. It's taking you a while.
I'm lucky. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus.
That is Brock Nauman, and he hit someone like a wall.
26.
That was Rowland. Will.
Yes.
Will the Thrill Rowland. He knocked Brock back. Someone missed that block. Now it's 1st down. Now it's 3rd down.
I think
there we
that's
go.
Shane Freeman. I think Shane and Ryan New, I think, are running that, and I don't know who the far.
I think the chain gang sponsored by Puerto Vallarta's Takeout Margaritas.
Not a sponsor, but could be.
It could be. Oh, no, she didn't think you had a toothpick. I'll get to this in a minute.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, in and around.
Nice
Good block.
Come on, go.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. And it's a 1st down for the Warriors.
Tyler Summers on the kick.
Tyler Summers.
Tyler's been nursing a leg injury for about 2 weeks. He looked all right on that one, didn't he?
He sure did. On a long, that was a long 3rd and 9.
Dang it, why didn't I replay that?
You don't do that replay very well. Sorry,
I'm
folks.
going to get there.
You have got problems. 2:25 to go. The Warriors with their 2nd 1st down of the game. And let's see if we can keep this baby going. That was a big play there called by Hansen. In motion now. And we got some more blocking. Some more room before we get knocked down.
That's Owen Long, and he's able to pick up. If you can pick up 4 yards on every first down, you'll get a first down. So
that's Blackford math. That was a good Blackford math for you. How far did you go? Algebra 2?
Whatever 8th grade is.
Okay, anyway. You said that, the old ball coach looked like Dusty Baker. She meant, did he have a toothpick in his mouth? There you go.
Gotcha.
Here's second down for the Warriors. That was a baseball reference. That's Brock Nauman. He's got some room. Now we're moving.
Yeah.
All right, blow the whistle. Blow the whistle. Blow the whistle.
The line's starting to pick up there a little bit. Again, we talked about winning the battle up front, and this drive so far we are.
That's right. David Lamb says the chain gang's looking exceptionally strong tonight. Well, sometimes that's in the eye of the beholder.
Journey hadn't done it for a while, but he's back on the chain gang.
That's the sound of the man working on the chain.
You weren't in choir, were you?
I should have been. 3rd down and 3 on the 32.
See if we can pick this up.
That one's going to, that's Gillum. Gillum's going to pick it up. Put your head down, get through there. Zach Gillum, I believe.
No, that's Eli Wright.
That's Eli Wright?
Number 10.
Oh, yeah, number 10. Sorry, Zach Gillum is not number 10. I was getting confused there. Great run there.
Way to pick
Another
up the
first down.
And
that was a 3rd and 3 with a first down. The Warriors again convert.
I'll wind the clock here, and we'll have to run one more play, but again, it gives us a chance to slow the game down a little bit.
I like it. So we're looking 1st and 10 on the 25 with 20 seconds. One more play, perhaps. We'll run this down, and Vonderschmidt's going to throw, and there's a chance.
He's got him.
He's got him, and a lot of
close
contact.
Yeah, I think didn't look back, but I will say they don't see the coaches getting too upset. I think it was decent coverage.
It was Tyler Summers that was the intended receiver.
Tyler being new, if he was a veteran receiver, he'd run back.
Did you press the replay, or did Mr. Producer?
Mr. Producer, I didn't know he could do it. That takes a lot of the pressure off me.
Easy.
Well, that won't be the last
Bobby
play.
Brady over here.
Sorry.
He takes the pressure off me.
I'm excited.
12 seconds.
Yeah, there we go. All right.
What are they going to call?
Call it defensive offsides on the defense.
You think?
Yep.
I don't think they are.
Bet you.
I don't think they are.
No, they're going to talk about it.
I think this is going to be on us. I don't like it. I don't feel good about it.
Put those hands on those hips for us.
I don't feel good about it. Too much talking. They're gonna travel those arms. Watch them. We're gonna make a travel motion. Okay, you got to come up with something.
These guys are fighting it out right here.
You got to come up with something.
Give me something.
Oh, it's on them.
I told you.
Told you. And that is Alexandria's second penalty.
So here we are, moving the ball right down the field. So
right as the quarter ends. You got 12 seconds still remaining.
2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Vonderschmidt under center. There goes emotion.
Throw
and
it. Get rid of it.
Just get rid of it. Get rid of it. There you go. Not like that. Whoo, doggy.
That was close. Just barely hit the ground.
Throw it to one of those people standing over there on the track. Was he outside? Would that have been intentional grounding?
I think they're going to call it illegal receiver downfield because I'm not sure that was supposed to be a passing play. I think we missed a handoff.
Well,
it's like I felt like I was going back in time there for a second.
You heard that? I turned that down for you. Well, I got our YouTube over here. Got to see the people. Got to see the people. I want to give a shout out right now.
Okay.
To a couple of people down in Kentucky. That would be Steve and Donna Dowling. I talked to Steve earlier. They were going to go out on the lake with the jet skis tonight. Does that sound bad? Well, they were working on the jet skis.
Okay.
Okay.
I was going to say, that doesn't.
What? You worried about him?
Yeah. Good luck, Steve.
He can handle it. He's It's not that old.
All I
Anyway,
could
they're
see
going to
was
go
that-
out on. They were doing a little work on the jet skis, and they were going to come in and
that
watch the
makes
game.
a little more sense.
Yeah.
In my mind,
Well,
in my mind, I had the opening.
as far as I know, I talked to him before they went out on the jet skis. I haven't talked to him since, so maybe they'll put something in the chat to say they're fine. And that is a handoff.
Misdirection.
Little misdirection there. Hold on to it. There we go. Good pickup.
So long again.
That's how the first quarter will end. We appreciate all of you watching. We've got quite a few watching tonight, Coach, but that's the end of the first quarter. It's Alexandria 7, Wes-Del Warriors 0, but they are knocking on the door. We'll be back here for the second quarter on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
A nice message from the Indiana High School Athletic Association. Remember, this is your IHSAA. Coach, you got the cheerleaders for us?
Yeah, absolutely. This year's cheerleading squad: Nevaeh Bevelheimer, Hayden Browning, Valerie Clark, Victoria Clark, Bailey Combs, Ansley Draper, Isabella Koger, Nevaeh Kopshow, Gracie Penrod, Kirsten Ronan, Nevaeh Scott, Letty Watt, Eva Whitmire, Jenna Woodson, and always coached by Miss Tori Purdue.
Great
Girls
time
are
to
doing a
get
good
them.
job down
Doing
there.
a good job. They got the shades on.
Nice and loud, though.
Got a new band director.
Yeah. Saw that.
We'll talk about him in just a minute. We're getting ready to see what the Warriors do here. Ooh. Summers on the outside. He's
Turn
got
the
a
corner.
blocker.
I got to get Grayson on a hold.
I think they are going to get Grayson on a hold. Grayson Mealy, a little too extracurricular there. And that's going to bring that one back. Too bad.
Well, we know these outside plays are starting to work, so you've seen Coach Hansen calling several of them in a row now. That one we just got caught up with a little bit of a hold, but he did. Tyler has turned the corner a couple of different times now.
Now that's going to put it at third and a lot. 3rd and 17. Third and 17 it is. They put it on the board. So here we go. Warriors on a 3rd down. Now they've converted their last 2 third downs, but this one's the longest of the 3. And we'll see as they get ready here.
Back to
It's
throw.
going to be a throwing play as Vonderschmidt's back.
He's wanting to get rid of that a little quick, and that's just a little inexperience.
That one is incomplete. Do we go 4th down? Or do
See what Coach Hansen's going to call. It looks like he's calling Vondi over to talk to him, so.
We don't want to have to waste another timeout here, though.
Well, we're okay.
Mason
Yeah,
Davis is back in.
We may call a timeout here. Well, we might get it in on time.
It's going to have to be a hurry. Got to get in, get up, get in. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. So
Come on,
you're going
fellas.
to call a timeout here.
Come on, fellas.
4. Timeout.
Second timeout here for the Wes-Del Warriors. We're going to go ahead and take a quick one.
All
We'll be
right.
back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
We have an opportunity to do something special, and I want to be part of it.
That's a shake of my
The basketball.
Lob it up, throw it down!
We have a dream as an organization to be an NBA championship organization. People are going to find out about the Pacers.
Hi, I'm Trip Lukemeyer, Director of the IHSAA Foundation. Each year, over 160,000 student athletes compete in high school athletics within our state, learning the value of hard work, persistence, and integrity. The IHSAA Foundation works to empower and support this next generation of leaders through scholarships, leadership development, and sharing the benefits of education-based athletics. To learn more about our mission and how you can help high school athletics make a difference, visit ihsaafoundation.org.
And we are back here, coming out of the timeout. Second timeout for the Warriors. Want to remind you of our WD Sports Network sponsors, Star Financial Bank, the Van Mater Reed Realty Team, American Pest Professionals, Dowling Dumpster Rentals, and Star Rocket Media. Here we go. 4th and 17 for the Warriors. Looks like they're going to try to go for it. And Honor Schmidt has it back to pass. Ball's away, and that's an interception. See if we can get a stop here. Got to make a tackle. He's down the sidelines. A lot of play. Cut back. One man to beat, and that man is beat. This is a pick 6 on 4th and 17, and it's a pick 6 for the Tigers. That is number 8, Brian Rowland. He is a freshman. And
just a little bit of inexperience there for Vondy. He'll learn as he gets going. He never looked away, the receiver, and defensive back had eyes on him the whole time. He saw the ball before the intended receiver, Tyler Summers, saw the ball, so he couldn't even help by going and trying to knock it down. But nevertheless, it's a touchdown and a good read by Alexandria.
And they're on to kick the extra point here, and that's a chance to make it 14-0. And it is good. And it is 14-0. We're going to stay with you as we swap and go to the kickoff.
Okay.
Talk about, if you can see, just on the north end of the complex there, you can see that we have a construction project.
I noticed that coming in tonight.
Yeah, did you? And there are no dugouts over there. You can see a little bit. Look at that shot. Great work there. But you can see the new posts that will hold the backstop netting for both baseball and softball. And we'll be getting new dugouts at both baseball and softball, along with new press boxes. And that one is underway. All the footers are there and things are ready to go. But
I'm glad you cleared that up, because a lot of people were asking me if those were light poles, and I said, no, that's for the new netting.
Yep. I also got asked if those were permanent, and if you look at the amount of concrete on the bottom of them, you would think that would speak for itself, but you never know.
They're very permanent.
Yeah, Jarrett Whitehead said, Fever and Pacer ads on the stream. We're really moving up in the world. We are.
That's right.
Pacers and Fever. Pretty soon they'll be sponsoring the Wes-Del Sports Network. You just wait. Donna Dowling says the Sea-Doos are running just right.
It's good.
And everything looks great. Warriors look great. Field looks awesome. And the commentators are the best. Thank you. We were a little partial.
Summers
has it. He's got a lot of guys, a lot of white shirts coming in. And by a lot of them, I mean a host. A plethora of Tigers in on that. So the Warriors will take over 1st and 10.
Right back on offense.
20. Is that what that is? On the 21-yard line.
21, yep.
It's 11:06 left in the second. Coach, I saw, I think he's down there on the sidelines. I think I see Tony Cox.
I saw him down. Didn't get a chance to talk to him yet, but I'll try to catch him after the game. Yeah, always great to see Tony down there. Always know our guys are in great hands when Tony Cox is on the sidelines. I also saw strength and conditioning guru, Coach Van Meter, down there.
Warriors now trying to get set. I don't know exactly. It looks like Grayson Mealy was in motion. I think we had 2 people in motion at the same time. No, we had a timeout. It's going to be our 3rd and final timeout. I don't know exactly.
We were going to get a penalty there if we didn't call a timeout. So Coach Hansen, Coach Nuck quickly called the timeout. Didn't want to back us up any further there. We'll just stay right here.
Will we?
Yeah, offensive coaches this year. Our offensive coordinator, Coach Hansen. The defensive, it's the old ball coach, Coach Richards, and he's got Caleb Stevens also as the co-defensive director and coach with him this year, and special teams coordinator, Austin Skaggs, and some other assistant coaches, Eric Harlan. Always good to see former players on your staff, Justin Burcham, Tyler Rector, Trey Quinn, Kevin DuBois. And we don't want to forget the managers. They do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work. You know what's not fun is washing those jerseys.
Broadcasting with you?
Well, other than that, washing those stinky jerseys after a hot game like this. And that's our managers do a great job. Taylor Watt, Ruby Stewart, Amaya Dobbs, and Riley Hill.
Well, the administrators, they have their little corner down there. I see old Jason Slopsma and Adam Purdue. To be a sweat bee in that conversation.
Sweat bee's probably flying away.
1st and 10. And here we go. The ball off to, it's a good pickup. That's a pickup of about 5.
Yeah, that's a nice run there. Riker?
Yeah, I think that was Riker. Riker Malk.
Going a little hurry up now. We're going to go a little quicker, see if we can maybe wear him down a little bit.
And they also pulled Grayson Mealy back off the line. It looks like he's in the backfield.
Yeah.
He is lead blocking now, and we have moved that ball, still moving that ball. And that was, again, Riker Malk, and close
to
down. That is a first down. Warriors with a first down there.
Oh, I think we're going to go pretty quick, and we're going to run it right up the gut here, right behind Grayson for 2 or 3 plays.
This is a new package put in this week to utilize Grayson as a lead blocker in the backfield, take him off the line, and that has put.
Here it comes again.
That one did not work out.
Well, somebody got through, slipped through there.
Yeah, someone slipped through the line. So what they've done is they've pulled Grayson from the line, and they have put on, I believe, Zach DeWitt in that place. So he's getting some time there in that position. Warriors now 2nd and 12. This is a new wrinkle in the offense a little bit. And the beach ball's out.
Beach night.
This is another one, and
this one
Riker worked a lot better on that one. As
guess what? They didn't miss their blocks that time.
That time they did not miss their blocks. They pick up what would be 10.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a 10-yard pickup.
And it's going to be 3rd and 2 now.
Watch us do the same play.
And quick to the line. We're doing
right
it again. And this time it's the other direction, and it doesn't really
I sure like us running behind
anywhere.
Sure like us running behind Grayson.
We went opposite of Grayson that time.
They catch him off balance, I think. But
Anna Dowling says she can't wait to watch the little guys out here tomorrow. Oh, it's a fun time. It's always packed watching the little guys on the big field.
Isn't it great to have a facility like this that gets used so much and all the time the kids – youth are out here. We had the PE classes out here today. I mean, this field is nonstop in use.
Yeah, it's the options are endless. Building a program too with those young guys.
Absolutely.
And they're going to go behind Grayson again, and that's a first down, I believe.
It's going to depend on the spot. Yeah, it looks
like a first down. Yeah, they've got it.
It's close, but we got it. Nice leaning forward by Riker.
So as you see there on the replay, Grayson goes in motion, and then he lead blocks, and they all kind of follow behind. And not to mention, the reason we mention that so much is that was just put in this week as something different. And the thought process was, hey, let's take a guy who's Zach DeWitt's able to play the line. Let's take one of our linemen off and
run behind him.
He's 6 foot, 235. Let's start running behind him. That's up in the air, and that is picked off. Well, it's not a good – we can't do that. And that is picked off by number 14. That is Mason Fuller for the interception.
Jonah Whitworth was the intended receiver.
And there was everyone around
him.
He
had 6 guys around him. One of the keys we talked about, we got to win the turnover battle, and so far we are not.
We have 2. One of them was a pick 6. So now we got to quickly switch over to defense, and we were making some progress there. 14-0, 8:27 to go. 1st and 10 for the Tigers on the 43-yard line. And here come the Tigers, led by junior quarterback Brady Gast, who really has been quiet so far. Wish I hadn't said that. As he is quickly back to pass. He pump fakes, and he's got a guy, and I caused that. Got behind everybody.
I'd like to ask you to leave right now. Yeah, that double pump right there was a nice indicator of a guy that's played quarterback for 3 years, because the fake got the young corners to bite, and right after that, he was gone and wide open. All he had to do was just lay it up for him at that point.
Yeah, and that was about a 45-yard pass play.
Oh, handoff. Stopped. No gain.
Tackle made by Grayson. And a couple other players there. Grayson helped him out.
Brock and Grayson.
I feel like I'm smelling cookies.
Not almonds, is it?
It's not almonds. Don't call the medics. Second down and goal to go for the Tigers. It's away. It's a pass play. Gas looking for the pass, and it is going to be a touchdown, and that is to number 30. That is Clayton Martin. So it's Gast to Martin for another score.
Nice touch on that. The receiver didn't have to break stride at all. When he caught that ball, he was right in stride, and that just put a lot of pressure on the defensive back to try to catch him before he ran out of yardage to do so.
So in the second quarter, we've had the pick 6 for 7 and what could be 7 from the Gast to Martin touchdown. Let's see if the kicker puts this one through. And then in the first quarter, of course, we had the touchdown.
That's good.
And it's 21-0 with 7:26 to go. And we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Brian Avery, Director of Champions Together for the Indiana High School Athletics Association. Champions Together is a program that partners the IHSAA and Special Olympics Indiana. It is designed to provide opportunities for students with and without intellectual disabilities to participate together on fields of play and in other activities throughout the year. Unified sports, an important part of Champions Together, allows students who might not otherwise have the opportunity a chance to represent their school in interscholastic sport and compete for an IHSAA state championship. Unified sports currently exist in roughly 1/3 of IHSAA member schools, and that number is growing. For over 10 years, Champions Together and Unified Sports have helped promote relationships between students with and without intellectual disabilities, increase graduation rates and school attendance, and improve the culture within our schools. To learn more about what is happening in the inclusion revolution, visit ihsaa.org.
Back here at Paul L. Parker Field for the kickoff. The Tigers kicking off to the Warriors.
Not onside this time.
No, this one going to Tyler Summers, and he's trying to find a seam, a little wrinkle in there. He's got some room and tackled down just inside, or just short of the 30-yard line.
So we'll spot that about the 29.
And so the Warriors will take over, trailing by 21 here in the second quarter, 7:21 to go. Had some success on the run.
Need something positive out of this drive. A long, sustained drive, a score. We need something positive.
I'm positive we have a good showing out here at the
I mean, why wouldn't you? It's
complex.
a beautiful night.
Beautiful night. It's almost that time of the night, Coach.
Just not quite, but
Not
yeah,
there.
it's getting there.
It's getting there. Football season is the season of extremes. We go from, next week we're going to be in the 90s. By the end of the season, we'll be down into the 40s. And Grayson Mealy again in the backfield, and they're running behind him, and this is Riker Malk.
Had some success with that.
Yeah, they decided they're going to stay with it. I don't know that they'll just don't know that you'll chance the pass. So far, we've thrown 2 interceptions, 1 for a pick 6. So it's going to be 2nd down and 4. Looks like they've got 3rd down. Do they have 2nd down over there? I can't tell.
I think it's a 2.
It's a 2. Yeah, they got it.
Well, that's all right.
And Riker again. He's going to be real close, and it looks like they're spotting it as a 1st down.
We have gotten nice spots. I'll say that.
I am very pleased with the spots.
But I gave her first.
The Warriors get another 1st down. That's it. I mean, WD has gotten several 1st downs. It's not that they're not.
We're finding some things that'll work. It's just we can't shoot ourselves in the foot.
So with 6:20 to go, that's the problem here, is being a running attack and chewing up the clock is with no timeouts. This is going to be hard to make it down there. At some point, you're going to have to break off a big one. There's Brock again. He gets a little bit of room. There we go. And that might be a 1st down, depending on the spot. It's going to be close. Looks like you're going to be a yard short. Got to go a little quicker here.
Yeah, we like to, but also don't get away from what's working and just keep running that ball. And Mr. Journey tried to give us 1st down. He wanted to move those chains over there.
You know, it reminds me of, there's been some coaches in my past that said, I don't know what you're doing.
Just keep
doing
what you're doing. Yeah, that's a quote. I saw that on a T-shirt once.
Yeah. Coach Gass working the sideline official there. And there's even more. And that's a good pickup right there by Brock Nauman. Big gain. And the Warriors get another 1st down. And they moved quite a bit on that one.
Yeah, nice 12-yard pickup and a timeout injury on the field for Alexandria here.
Never like to see that.
No. Let's hope it's just
a stinger, maybe something not too bad.
Might be an ankle, maybe.
Yeah.
Just speculating.
Hoping for the best over there on the Alexandria sideline as the players take a knee.
You mentioned that.
What did I mention?
Coach.
Who is it?
Wilson took over the duties of. Kind of took your spot for me on volleyball.
I did mention that.
You mentioned that volleyball, we already had a game under our belt. So I
did mention that. I never said anything about Coach Wilson.
Well, let's not argue about it. But one of the things that I found really interesting was to pick his brain a little bit with because unlike you, he knows a lot about the sport that he is talking about. But it was fun to be up there and kind of hear a different perspective. Because I've said for years I like to watch coaches coach. When I have a coach sitting right next to me there, volleyball, I always enjoy watching volleyball anyway, but to hear Biff's perspective was really good. So
I have coached.
Yeah, I know you have.
Thanks.
Not football, though.
No.
Neither one of us did.
That's why we got this job, I guess.
Right. But some of the best announcers ever were guys that never played. So I'm not going to put us in that category.
I think we're just a few awards short.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten an award yet. I'm really shocked. One of these days we will, once people start catching on.
Well, we've gotten some phone calls, but they weren't necessarily.
They're not positive. Yeah. Double secret probation. That's what I've received.
5:21 here to go in the first half.
1st and 10 on the 38. Appreciate everyone watching. We've dropped, I think whatever we did, we dropped some watching people.
Wow.
And they probably just said, hey, it's almost halftime. Well, you're going to miss out. Warriors are on the move.
They may come back and catch up.
Yeah, they might. Their phone might have died. Here we go.
Hand off to
Brock again, and he's again got a lot of movement. He's down, and that's another 1st down and more. Brock Nauman having a game. That's a late hit.
So we've got.
Was that a late hit?
Yeah, here it is.
There we go. Thank you.
We've got Grayson leading, and then on that play you had Riker leading, and Brock really chugging those legs and pushing forward is a recipe for success right now.
I believe that was a Alexandria late hit.
Let's see.
See here.
After the play, we got a
personal foul on Alexandria.
That'll tack on quite a distance. timeout there. Coach Gast is giving it to him over there on that sideline. Not real happy about it.
Did Alexandria take a timeout? We'll stay with you. Coach, you've come out of retirement.
Yeah, I did.
You were just approved last night as the girls' golf coach, and you picked up a volunteer coach.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know that you asked for it, but you picked up myself, and we are currently working with the girls' golf.
It's really been fun. The girls
has been.
We have
good.
We have small numbers, but boy, the girls that we have that stuck with it are really positive. They're fun to work with. So
I'll tell you what, I've been really impressed with both the girls. Well, I want to give a shout out to the improvement of Hayden Browning. She has had quite the improvement this year, and one thing I really like about Hayden is just she's very even-keeled and calm.
You know what? She was a medalist the other night, as you know.
Yes, she was. Medalist against
Madison Grant. So good for her, and just seeing positives. And your daughter, Charlie, is really –
I got to give Charlie props.
She's getting better, but she played a really nice, last 3 or 4 holes.
Yes.
The other night. So, yeah, going to Eastern Hancock on Tuesday.
Yeah, and I'll actually be able to be there. I told you I wouldn't, but I actually am going to be able to be there.
Oh, something happened?
No, I just got the wrong date.
Okay. Well, let's.
Grayson's in motion. We're going to go right up that area, but this time met with several of them. And that was Brock Nauman.
Penalty moved the ball right down to the 12, 13-yard line.
Yeah.
With 4:46 to go. This is 4-down territory for sure.
It's a tough one. 440. See some of our corporate sponsors there down in the Star Financial Bank scoreboard, scrolling just by the right side there by the quarter.
Couldn't do it without them.
Yep.
On the other side this time.
On the other side.
That's right.
We got a lot of people over there. And we got a touchdown
replay that one
for Riker Malk.
Mr. Romine's going to get it. But that was a nice lead blocking there, as you'll see on this replay. You'll see Brock Nauman out there.
You got Grayson Mealy leading it, Brock Nauman and Luke Powers, and boom, right into there. Actually, I don't know that was Luke Powers. Let me look for sure. That was Stewart.
Eastern
Stewart.
You get those 3 guys out in front of you, and you're going to pick up some yards.
So the first touchdown of the year for Riker Malk on the scramble to the outside, and the Warriors are on the board with 6, and we'll see Carter Flynn back into the program, and he will be kicking.
Mason Davis to hold. And it's
up. And it is
just to
not
the right.
Good.
Had enough height, but just to the right.
So Riker Malk puts the Warriors on the board with 4:11 to go. We'll be back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
The Indiana Fever select.
The journey doesn't begin at number 1. It begins before anyone is watching. Before all eyes are on you. It's the journey that made you number 1. And from day 1, it's the extra you give. Extra work, extra hustle, extra sacrifice. And I don't mind being a little extra. And neither will our next number 1.
With the number 1 pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select. The Indiana.
And we're back from the break. I like those new city jerseys for the Pacers.
Yeah, they're neat. See a lot of teams doing that now. I really like them.
Yeah, you know, it's
You'd
some people don't.
You think a couple old timers like us wouldn't, but we did. Hey, we're hip.
You can't have the hip. Well, you actually can't have the hop without the hip. I think Coolio said that.
Let's see if we can get a coverage here on this.
Rest in peace, Coolio.
R.I.P.
And that one is a spiraling kick. And here comes the return for the Tigers. Keep
him
inside.
go.
Good tackle made there by number 20.
You see that converging in, and we kept him from popping it outside there.
Nice tackle. I believe that was Gillum.
Nice coverage.
That was Zach Gillum, the freshman, with a nice tackle coming in there. And
there you go. There's Wyatt Wicker on the field, too.
And Wyatt Wicker.
On coverage.
Screaming down there to get in on that one. Wicker and Gillum taking care of business, and the Tigers have it. 1st and 10 on the 31-yard line. Here comes the Warrior defense after a score. If you're just tuning in, Riker Malk scrambled in for the Warriors' first touchdown of the season. And Alexandria has Brady Gast in the shotgun. Spread formation. Back to pass. He's looking this side. And it is a good catch there. We need to make a tackle. And tackle made, and that was, I believe, Long with the tackle.
Yeah.
Owen Long.
Mason Davis is nursing an ankle right there, and they're going to take him out and give him a break and put in Tecumseh Dyer because he's just not able to stay with it. And they noticed that. And I think they're picking on him a little bit. So,
well, they're going to go pass plays here with 3 minutes to go. So here we're going to see what was the 42nd ranked offense in all of football last year at 36 a game. And they're going to spread it out and start throwing things. And the Warriors here are going to have to contain the QB. But also the secondary is going to get a lot of action. On the way, it's a handoff. Tackle made instantly by Luke Powers, number 76, in the backfield. It's a loss of 2. Here you see the replay up in your upper left-hand corner. Powers gets through and just demolishes the running back. I mean, destruction.
You know what? I found out something really.
I'm always worried
really
about where
exciting
he's headed
today for myself. I don't know why, but in my head I had Luke as a senior this whole time, and I was happy to find out he's only a junior.
Well, that's good. It's only, you know what I like about that? It's only been 2 weeks of school.
Well, I don't have him in class.
You didn't figure that out.
I saw him walk by. Like,
I know it's hard to keep track of 260 kids. He is a big fella. Gas back to pass.
Nice catch.
Nice catch made. Tackle. Stay with it. That's number 10 on the tackle, and I believe that is Eli Wright, the sophomore. And Tyler Summers was in on that one, but the initial contact made by Eli Wright.
So 3rd down now, 3rd and about 5.
Clock's down to 2:22. And it is about 3rd and, well, it's not 3rd and 1. The scoreboard says it's 3rd and 1, but it's not.
Need to get somebody out here to cover this. There you go.
Brady Gast again, the junior quarterback, coach's son.
Don't go for the fake, T. Don't
Leading
go for the fake.
out there. Here comes the pass.
All right.
And that one is incomplete. Intended for number 12. That's Langdon Ashby. He's a junior. And the Warrior coaches are yelling out the details. Here we go on 4th down.
This would be a nice stop.
See if the Warriors bring any pressure. I would think they won't. They're going to use a timeout.
No, not yet. Just seeing if they wanted to change the play up.
They're not.
May try to get them to jump. No, they go ahead and run it, and there's that little underneath. That's worked so well for them
it's worked really well. We got to make a tackle. Tackle made there by number 54. That's Grayson Mealy.
Grayson Mealy and Summers on the tackle, but not after they could pick up that 1st down.
Clock should be running here when they get the chains reset. Actually, they ran it a little bit before.
Oh, boy. I mean, okay.
Well, home field advantage. 1st and 10, ball on the 25. Again in the shotgun are the Tigers. Warriors bending but trying not to break here.
Back to throw.
There's pressure coming.
They're has to throw
really
away,
trying to get him out of the pocket. He's still trying to make something happen. And now he comes out of bounds.
Got to call something here.
Are they? I don't see anything. Where's the laundry?
Hold him. Right there in front of the white hat.
Did he call it already?
Yep.
Alexandria called for the hold.
Take him back.
With 1:21 on the clock.
It's first down. I mean, is there any question that we're going to accept the penalty?
Yeah.
He's looking at us like, do we want to take the penalty? Yes.
Fourth penalty for the Alexandria Tigers tonight. And
we want to take the penalty.
Why wouldn't we?
I think they're talking about where the spot would be. A little confusion over here on the sideline. They're explaining something to Coach Nuck.
Well, here comes, I believe, that white hat.
He's trying to figure out what the options are here. Do we take the loss of down, or do you take the you take the penalty at this point, I would sure assume. It's a 15-yard penalty, a blindside block.
Blindside block. That's not what I had. I thought it was holding. I listened to you. That's always gotten me in trouble.
Push him back, way back.
That was a good movie, Blindside Block.
That was a sequel.
Oh. Didn't he end up suing everybody?
I don't know. I'm just going to pretend it was all happy and watch the movie again tonight when I get home.
It's one of Tim McGraw's best.
Do you have many other choices, did he?
Well, it's your love that just does something to me.
Back to throw again.
And that one, got to just make a tackle. Got to just make a tackle.
Tackle
just
him
make
in
a
bounds.
tackle.
In bounds.
Grayson makes the tackle.
Grayson made sure he was out of bounds.
Yeah, he did.
Almost. They could have remembered that one.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he went out of bounds, though, which stops the clock.
50-50 bucket coming around, Coach.
Are we allowed to buy those?
I don't know.
I'd probably have to give it back. I mean,
give it back.
I probably
give it way back.
I probably would give it back, so I meant to say.
Yeah. 2nd and 7, ball on the 22. 1 minute. 1 before halftime. Warriors still trying to hold the Tigers out of the end zone here. A little bit of a that was a
nice play.
It was a nice play and stopped there. Tackle made in the backfield by.
It's all timing, and that's just a nice play.
I believe that was Carter Flynn with the tackle, stopping him from getting in the touchdown. 53 seconds left. Knocking on the door. Reminder that these Alexandria Tigers averaged 36 a game last year, and they only gave up 12. So they were 8-2. 6-1 in the CIC, and they only had the loss, unfortunately, to the Tigers, Bluffton Tigers, in the first round. That is
a
keeper, and Gass laid the lumber there as he went in.
Almost picked up there in the backfield, but not quite. So he was able to turn the corner and get in there for a touchdown.
So Brady Gass puts them on the board for their 4th touchdown in the first half. And Alexandria will come on to see if they can go 4 for 4 on extra points.
A little higher that time, and good.
Got her through. It's 28-6. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back here for the last 48 on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event. Some people see a huddle in the locker room.
Indiana Fever, select.
The journey doesn't begin at number 1. It begins before anyone is watching. Before all eyes are on you. It's the journey that made you number 1. And from day 1, it's the extra you give. Extra work, extra hustle, extra sacrifice. And I don't mind being a little extra. And neither will our next number 1.
With the number 1 pick in the 2024 WNBA.
Back here for 48 seconds in the first half remaining. Paul L. Parker Field, beautiful facility, beautiful night. the lights are on. It's almost that time of the evening where Coach gets really excited. Hey, kicked it away again. Right to, I think that's Owen Long.
It's Owen Long.
Go, Owen. Go, Owen. Go, Owen. All right, good return. And that gets a little energy from the crowd. You know, you're looking at probably what would be one of the best teams on your schedule right here.
Yeah, I would think so. And talking to Coach Knuckles, he agrees with that.
And I have not been disappointed in the way we've been able to do some of the things offensively. Defensively, I don't know how many times you're going to run into a Brady Gast.
Yeah, not on our schedule a whole lot.
Yeah. So I think there's a lot of opportunity in this 2024 season.
Tough way to start, but, you know, nobody feels sorry for you. You got to go out there and produce, keep playing, and there's a little reverse.
In around reverse. And they always tell you when you're running the ball, you know, you see it a lot when people try to jump over people, you know, and do the – it doesn't always work out.
That play was just a tribute to the –
that'll be it, Coach. I think we're
defensive end on that side because he just stayed at home and did his job, so –
well, what do we have for the folks at home for halftime?
We've got a little interview with Coach Knuckles. Coach Wilson, Biff Wilson, sat down with Coach Knuckles earlier in the week and had a little talk with him. So we'll let you hear what Biff Wilson and Coach Knuckles had to say. And that's going to take us to the end of the first half right there.
That's the end of the first half, and we're going to take just a short one commercial break. We'll be back here, give you a little synopsis of some of the first half, and then we'll get you into the interview with Coach Knuckles and Coach Wilson. We'll be right back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Hey, Indiana, let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
And a great message from the Indiana Department of Health and the IHSAA. Don't be a joker. Oh, no, that was a smoker.
Yeah.
Let's
clear the air.
Don't be an ape.
Don't vape.
Don't vape.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that apes vape, but anyway, it's been working well for the IHSAA. I think really cracking down on things. In the first half, it was 28-6 for the Alexandria Tigers. A lot of that attributed to the Tigers' offense, but one of those was attributed to their defense with the pick six that they had early in the second quarter. Three of those scores took place in the second quarter for the Tigers, and Brady Gast really got hot there in the second and was able to spread us out and start throwing the ball. And then, Coach, that just makes it really difficult when they do decide to run, but really it's not been only one deep ball over 40 yards because I said something.
Yeah.
But everything else was either a screen or that one play where they bring that wheel route to the inside. And,
a little crossing pattern.
Yeah, and so, you know, what do you say at halftime to the team on that is, you know, what would you say?
Well, what I'd say is try to stay with it. We're going to have to put a little bit more pressure on their receivers. We're giving too much cushion on the receivers. I think Coach Knuck will probably talk about that. You can't go for the fakes if you're going to do that and get up a little bit tighter. But I also think that he'll probably talk about containing and pressuring, you know, and a lot of that, the problem for us was our turnovers. We just got to take care of the ball, and if you can take care of it, it just slows the game down. And when you give it back to them quickly, you know, one of those scores was on a pick six, so, you know, they didn't have to really work for that one. We want to make sure that we do our job, but they're just going to be a team that you know is going to throw the ball and is going to be explosive, so they just put a lot of pressure on you. A really good team with a really good quarterback. Well, I think what Coach Knuckles is going to try to be really positive with some of these younger guys, and I think, you know, talk through some coverages maybe with the defensive coaches and see if they maybe can shore up a few things. But, you know, we knew it was going to be a tough night with some of those guys, and you're just going to have to stick with it.
And you look at the penalties, Alexandria with 4 in the first half and Wes-Del with 3 really early in the season. That's not a incredible amount on game 1, but that's definitely going to be something you want to win that battle, and we're leading it right now. But we'll see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, it really comes down on game night. We can talk through all the changes and this and that. But the coaching is a little bit limited, and you're going to have to make some plays, and you're going to have to step up. And I really liked when we started moving the ball. We found something that worked, and we were smart to not go away from it. We just kept, offensively pushing the lead blockers out and then running behind those guys. And when that is the case, then, kudos to Coach Hansen for just continuing to try to push that as much as we could because it kept working. So we know that part of it's working a little bit. The flip side is we're just going to have to try to slow them down defensively.
Yeah, and it's going to be difficult to do and try to dig yourself out of it. But I think at this point you're just looking at how can you improve for next week because you know that they're going to average 36 points a game last year. They're going to try to put up a few more. And again, this is going to be 2 different styles. Right. You're going to get a lot of quick passes, a quick movement of the ball, and we have to ground and pound and grind it out. So coming back from this deficit is tough for us. And but one thing we definitely have to limit is when we do have to pass, we've got to learn, and that's something Cam Bonderschmidt will learn with time is when to throw it and when not to throw it. And I'm sure they'll talk him through that. But a lot of credit to the defense of Alexandria too. They have been covering well. So yeah, you win you're winning the penalty game, but you're losing the turnover game, and that's really where we're standing right now. That pick 6 hurt.
Yep.
But we'll get things fixed, and we'll get ready for the second half. But we'll shift gears for you a little bit, and we have a interview and an opportunity to let you sit down with Coach Matt Knuckles and he's also the new athletic director, sitting down with former coach Biff Wilson, and they'll do an interview, and we're going to get you to that right now. You're watching the Wes-Del Sports Network.
All right, talking to Athletic Director Matt Knuckles. So you're new in the position, and a lot of people in the community, of course, know you. But for those that don't, let's talk a little bit about your background. Where'd you go to high school? Where'd you go to college? Kind of, what's your career path been?
Yeah, sure. I graduated 2009 from Blackford High School. Went to Ball State for my undergrad as a math ed major. When I was there, I started coaching middle school football and basketball here for the 4 years I was there. For 4 of the years I was there.
So while you were at Ball State, you were coaching here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. And then finished up at Ball State, came here, taught middle and high math for 6 years, then went to the elementary as the assistant principal for 4 years, and now I'm the AD.
So at one point you went back to school for your administrative license, is that right?
Yeah.
Now is that a master's degree level?
Yes, yeah. I got my master's degree, and I got that through Ball State the same way. It was all online. Started that my last year teaching, and then finished it up that first year over at the elementary.
So what drew you out here while you were in college to start coaching? Why Wes-Del? Was it just the opening, or was there something else?
Yeah, a little bit of both. So I had Coach Kyle Mealy. He was my basketball coach, one of my basketball coaches when I was in high school. Okay. I knew Steve Bouger, who was out here as well. And Derek Bright was one of my baseball coaches when I was in high school. And all of them were actually over here when I started out at Ball State. So Kyle was the AD at the time. He gave me a call and said he knew I was wanting to get into some coaching. So I started out coaching middle school basketball that first year for him. And the year after, I picked up football.
All right. I did not know Derek Bright was a baseball coach.
Oh, yeah.
And a Blackford too. So, full disclosure, I'm also a Blackford graduate, 30 years before you graduated. So a little bit of difference there. Now, we're used to, and for those that don't know, you're also the head football coach here at Wes-Del High School. we're used to seeing, for some reason, the stereotypical social studies teacher who's the football coach. Right now, one's running for vice president of the country. So, and so, shout out to public school teachers, I guess. But the social studies teacher that coaches, or the PE teacher that coaches, you're the math teacher that coaches. Would you say that there's an advantage to being a math teacher when it comes to the X's and O's or strategic development of a football team?
Possibly, yeah. I've always been a big data guy, so taking stats and looking at tendencies. I know, I mean, every coach does that, but that's something I've always put a lot of emphasis on, and
sure.
we do a pretty good job with.
How has how have your past experiences then as a coach, including your present experience, and a math teacher, assistant principal, how do those feed your skill set for the AD position then?
I think it's just given me a lot of different opportunities. It's the point now where there's not really many kids in the corporation that I don't know from the time here at the high school, and then I'm back here in my time at the elementary. So I think that really helps me connect, able to connect with those young athletes when I was down there at the elementary, and now getting them up here in middle school. I think that's been one of the biggest things.
What will you miss about not being at the elementary?
Just the day-to-day interaction with the kids.
Yeah.
They loved going to school, and they loved being there. I loved being there with them. This new role, I'm with the kids and doing some stuff, but not near as hands-on as I was down there.
Right. And I hear that a lot from folks that come to a high school, maybe from an elementary or retire. They love being around the kids.
Oh yeah.
And the kids love being around them, and that's a big difference probably between especially elementary and high school.
It was a big difference for me when I left the freshman algebra 1 going down to the elementary. A lot different.
You mean they weren't all anxious to come to your class?
Yeah.
That's something for sure. So in a lot of small schools, you do have someone who fills the athletic director position and a coaching position. What are some of the challenges? You're about a month in. You got to be sort of feeling like maybe you're just trying to keep your head above water at some point. If you coach the spring sport, it might be a little bit different, but you're head into the primary sport of a fall season at a high school. It's football, and trying to run the show. What are the challenges you've seen?
Yeah, definitely fighting a little bit there. So I took over as the AD pretty late in July, early August. So it was really close to the start of school. We'd already started football. We'd been doing workouts all summer. So the biggest thing there is just a time commitment and getting used to prioritizing what I'm doing with my time. It'll obviously get easier this winter and spring when I'm not working with football, and we'll be doing a couple workouts a week, right, for our limited contact period. But right now it's just kind of balancing that time and those expectations and commitments.
Was becoming athletic director, was it on your radar? Was it a career goal that you thought, someday I'd like to do that?
It was when I was young. It was something, when I first got into education, I thought that would be an awesome job. I've always been a sports guy. I did 4 different sports at Blackford. I love watching about everything. So I always knew that was something I wanted to get into. Once I got to the elementary, I never really thought about that even being a possibility. I figured I'd be here forever.
Sure.
And nothing like that would happen. And then when it opened up, I talked to my wife, and I'm like, I think this is something I really want to do, and talked to some folks here at school, and it just worked out.
So you are married. You do have 2 kids. Tell us about them.
I have 3 kids now.
3 kids. I'm sorry. That's right.
No, yeah. I have 3 kids. 2 of them are at the elementary. My daughter Reed's a first grader. She does great. My son Archer's 3. He's in our early learning academy. And then we have an 11-month-old baby, Maeve, that's at home right now with my wife.
And your wife's name is?
Ashley.
Ashley, that's right. And how does she feel about this new role?
She's good with it. She pushed pretty hard for me to go for it early on. It's definitely a lot more on her now. People, on the outside don't see all the hours that go into, first of all, coaching. During football season, there's a lot of nights where I don't see my kids, and I'll see her for a half hour before she goes to bed because we're getting back late. And now with the AD on top of that those nights have amplified a little bit. But the good thing is Reed and Archer, they're old enough and they're mature enough to where they can come with me to quite a few events, take a little bit off her, and then she's getting out to more events this year, so that's helping as well.
Are your kids sporty kids?
Yeah. Reed does about everything. Archer hasn't joined any teams yet. He's still 3, but he's always got a ball in his hand.
They're going to love growing up with an athletic director dad because they get to come to everything.
Yeah, they love it in the summers. They're out at all my football practices. They're in the weight room with the boys. They dig it.
Oh, shoot, yeah, that'd be great. Great way to grow up for sure. So let's talk about football for a second without getting too deep into the X's and O's. How's the team looking?
We have very high expectations for this year. You know, we got a lot of guys back from last year. We lost our quarterback, a couple skill guys, brought back our whole line, our tight end, a bunch of our backs, most of our defense. Got a few new kids out this year that filled some of those spots from those seniors leaving. And we've gotten a lot bigger and stronger. So we're feeling really good. We got a pretty tough schedule, very tough sectional. But we really like what we're going to be able to put out on the field.
Has the schedule changed much since last year? I know football is a little more flexible in that.
We had one change. Tinley dropped us for a conference reason. We picked up Park Tudor. They're ranked pretty much all year last year in 1A. They're a pretty good team. So that'll be a challenge, but it's one that we definitely are up for.
Where does our sectional go? Where do we go for the sectional?
So with football, it's not one host site. So once they get the football pairings, they'll have just a top and the bottom of the bracket, and the bottom is always the home team. So a couple weeks before the end of the season, week 8, that schedule will come out, and we'll know then.
Is that something that you as athletic directors of the participating schools decide, or is it based on where you finished somewhere?
It's always been a draw. I know there's a lot of talk on trying to do some different things with seeding, but last year, it's just a blind draw. We got the bye last year for the first week, and I don't know if we've ever had the bye before. That was a really interesting thing to work through. Advantages and some disadvantages, but we'll see what we got this year.
So tonight, we have our home opener, and that is versus
Alexandria.
Tough team, if I recall.
Yep.
What are your expectations playing Alexandria? What do you think we're going to see tonight?
A lot different game than last year.
Okay.
We had a really rough start last year, had a couple mishaps on offense, a couple special teams issues, and got down pretty quick. I think with us physically, we are right there or better than them. We got a pretty strong team, and I think up front we're going to be able to handle it. They always have a lot of athletes. They like to spread the ball around. So I love our game plan tonight. I think we execute our game plan and play hard. We'll be coming out on the right side.
Isn't game planning the best part? I always love that.
I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Grinding in the film room, talking to the coaches, just finding every way we can to get an advantage.
Especially when you got the horses to do it.
Yes, sir.
That's fun. So outside of the field, what's going on tonight? Are there family-friendly activities, things like that?
Nothing big time tonight.
Okay.
Just first home game. We're trying to get as many people out as we can. Let them see what the team's like. We had a community night a couple weeks ago with our football team and had a really good turnout there.
Good deal.
So hoping to get all them back and see what we can do. Alexandria always travels well, so it'll be a packed house tonight.
Well, I know the Wes-Del community always backs you up really well. They any sport, there's great following here in the community, and especially I think for football, everybody's ready to get out of the house and do something on a Friday night. I think it's Chamber of Commerce weather out there. It's going to be a beautiful evening.
It's going to be perfect.
There's going to be food and friends and football. What more could you ask for, I guess?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I appreciate you stopping by the podcast studio this morning. Good luck in your new position as AD. You can always use that. And especially good luck tonight on the field. I hope you have a great game.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot.
And we're back. There you had it. An interview with Coach Knuckles, the new athletic director, replacing the legendary Kai Denny. Those are small shoes to fill. Coach, 2:25. Before we get things going, I saw you were a man of the people during halftime.
Yeah, I was
chatting it up.
Talking to one of my former players and
the Todd father.
One of my former coaches. Yeah.
Zach Todd was up here, the old Todd father.
Yeah, I was catching up a little bit with them, and that was fun.
I was able to talk to Mrs. Mealy.
Did you?
And we had a sandbox over here in the new shot put area that Officer Stafford was called to had a couple of kids that were digging, had brought tools.
Oh, my gosh.
And pails and everything. It was a regular beach over there. I wish I was kidding, but I'm not.
I'm looking at you like I think you're kidding me. But
no, they did. Officer Stafford went ahead and took care of that.
Well, you know.
Always working. Guy never gets a break.
He's gonna have to. It sounds like he's going to have to maybe chase the kids off the beach there. And
we love the fact that they want to be out here, but
know,
can't have them doing that. So
no, and we got to keep the cats out of there too.
That's true. 1:20 to go before we get you back into the second half of action. We appreciate everybody watching, whether you are a Warrior fan or an Alexandria Tiger fan. We want to always remind you that this would not be possible brought into your home or your business or wherever you're watching. Could be out on your back porch. Could be by the fire. Brought to you by our great corporate sponsors that give it to you free. Star Financial Bank, the great Van Mater Reed Realty Team, American Pest Professionals. Hey, we just talked to Bob Todd.
Yeah, I just
He was
did.
up here. If you've got a pest in your home, you know, get rid of them. Call Bob.
Call Bob. He'll get them out of there.
Dowling Dumpster Rentals. If you've got that pest and you need it hauled out of there, shoot, you might have a lot of them. You might have to call.
Wow, that's a lot of bugs.
Mike
yes,
Dowling.
I saw Mike too earlier. I didn't get a chance to talk to old Mr. Dumpster Rental, but
yeah,
I saw him here. He's here supporting the Warriors like he always will.
And Star Rocket Media. If you've seen our SRO trucks, they are well graphicked up and wrapped, and that is Star Rocket Media that helped us with that.
Okay.
We want to thank them. So those are our corporate sponsors.
I thought maybe Trent bought like part of SpaceX there for a minute.
Star Rocket in flight.
Yep.
That's not right.
No.
That's not how that goes.
We're trying to get the music off, but
I don't know. I think we're going to play through it.
It's turned into rock and jock.
We've got a heck of a game going over there behind the Alexandria bleachers, if you see that back there. Folks, so you're going to be seeing dual games out there. I don't know. Are they playing tackle or is it two-hand touch? Let's see. Let's see what this kid does. He's approaching.
I don't know.
Oh, a heck of a block by the guy that was just walking by with nachos.
Is it just me or is the music not going on?
I don't think that's a real game. I think that might be rugby back there. Somebody's got to turn the there we go. Got it. And here's the return for Alexandria.
Come on, make a tackle.
We got to make a tackle. Hang on.
Whoever that is.
And we finally held on. Nice job by number 14 for us.
That's Wyatt Wicker.
That's Wyatt Wicker who made the saving tackle because that one was going to be a touchdown.
Yes, he did.
Well done by Wyatt. That's what you say. I got a hold of you, and I'm not letting go.
Slowed him down enough to get some help, but they were able to get it across midfield there to the 48-yard line.
It is 28-6 right now. Alexandria has it. And they're coming 1st and 10. And they are still in the shotgun formation.
A handoff.
That one handed off. And a good stop there by the Warriors. A plethora of Warriors in there.
Dallas Godby.
Grayson
Mealy.
And Easton Stewart.
What you'd like to do ideally here is get a stop on this first and then go down and score, and really changes the whole complexion of the game if you can get a stop, go down and score one here.
Coach, they got a kid on their side holding up a sign that says Texas.
Yeah.
He must be a big fan of the
I don't
Longhorns.
know. All my exes
live in Texas. This one is a pitch out, Eastern Stewart, and then a big head of steam before he's finally tackled there.
Flag on the play.
And there is a flag on the play. Let's see what the penalty is on. I'm trying to find the white hat. It was on Alexandria. Trying to sort this one out.
I'm going to guess either illegal block or holding. That's our guesses. The area that it's at. Holding.
That's going to be a holding call. It'll be the first penalty of the third quarter.
Back them up 10 yards, and that's a welcome sight to the Tigers, or not Tigers, to the Warriors, to push the Tigers back 10 extra yards to start this second down drive here. The old ball coach will like that.
Oh, yeah. He's got the now he's got. I think he's got a different colored wristband on again.
Well, so I'm sure those have meanings.
Maybe that sign over there that says Ram in Texas that kid keeps holding up. I'm sure it has meanings too on the Alexandria side. 2nd down and 19 for the Tigers. Gast has it. A lot of time. Lets it go. He's got a receiver. Receiver catches it. Receiver gets first down. The receiver was number 14. That is Mason Fuller.
Carter Flynn in coverage, but just way too, like we talked about earlier, way too much cushion given. And then all that yardage we just had them backed up.
They got it all.
They picked it all right back up and got a first down.
They move across. I smell those. I figured it out. Otis Spunkmeyer cookies are for sale.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. I remember I went to school with Otis.
Did you?
Yeah.
He did make a good cookie.
Yeah. He had trouble, though. He always had to lock himself in the jail. And that's wrong, Otis.
Oh, yeah. In the evenings?
Yeah, in the evenings. Ooh, almost had a tackle in the backfield. Finally, we get a tackle made there, and that is Owen Long. And getting up from the bottom is, and a little hurt is Dallas Godby. Dallas is good for a little, I call it a nick every once in a while. He's going to take a break.
Get a little break. Might be cramping up early in the season. You see that from time to time.
Zach DeWitt's going to come in and give him a break.
Get some water. Jonah Whitworth almost had the tackle in the backfield there, but he just missed it.
Second and 6. Gas is going to pitch it here. And that's a tackle made by Grayson Mealy, and he took number 30 there, Clayton Martin, for a ride.
It's going to leave about, 3rd and 1 here? 3rd and 2, I will say.
They got 1 on the board, but I'm with you on 1.5, 2.
Yeah, it's closer to 2, but it's all right.
No one's going to question you. You are.
Well, that's not true. You are.
You're the coach-dista with the most-dista. Yeah, I've been doing this with you. How many years have we been doing this now?
Too long.
That's true.
About 2. Too long.
Yeah, 3rd and 2. They put it up there. They heard you, Coach. They changed it. Big 3rd down play for the Warriors. See if we can get an interception.
He may just run this.
Yeah, he's going to get it.
Get some blocking, and then as soon as he committed.
I don't know about that.
As soon as he committed, he threw that ball. He put a defensive end in a tough spot there.
Yeah,
ran right at him.
Completed a Langdon Ashby there. A little bit. That had a little Patrick Mahomes look to it. Eastern Stewart's going to take a sideline, and now Godby's back in. Or excuse me, Zach DeWitt. Apologize. That was Zach DeWitt coming off. Shotgun on 1st and 10. The ball's on the 22. We're at 8.5 minutes in the 3rd quarter to go. Tigers taking their time a little bit on this one. Here's a pitch, and that is wrapped up, and there is a plethora of Warriors. First met by number 23.
That's Jonah Whitworth.
That's Jonah Whitworth. If you see the replay here, Jonah comes off, gets through there, and then I believe that's Easton Stewart that helps him clean it up. And a well-played loss of about 3 on the play. It's 2nd and 13, and they're on the 25.
Needs more of that, putting pressure on them now. They've really hurt us on kind of the fake step back in the pass here. So, fake the handoff and roll out has been a problem for us. So we need to really defend this. We need to tighten up our coverage here.
Gas back to pass. He's got time, pump fake. Now he's looking again.
He's got a guy in the end zone open.
Got a couple of guys open, and that's a touchdown.
I saw that one. Unfortunately, I saw that one open up late.
Number 8, I believe. That is Brian Rowland. That's his 2nd catch for Brian. He's hurt, unfortunately.
It's cramping up. They're trying to stretch him out.
I think this is a new celebration.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's kind of like Justin Jefferson did the gritty and then act like he pulled his hammy.
Yeah.
And then next week he pulled his hammy. Hopefully that didn't happen to Rowland.
No, it won't.
He did I think they call that the crampy.
Get some water over there.
That was the potassium shuffle. I don't know.
Might have somebody over there on the sideline.
You think any of these
peeling bananas?
You think any of these are working tonight? Oh, he missed one.
Okay.
Well, there you go. It's going to stay 34-6. So Alexandria, Brady Gass to Brian Rowland for the touchdown. And it's 34-6. We're going to take a short break and be back here as the Warriors take over in the third quarter. You're watching the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
We're back at it. This is your IHSA. Kicking off is Alexandria, back to receive the Warriors. 34-6, 7:31 to go here in the third. Or the Tigers now with the onside, and this baby is dribbling out of bounds, and that's a penalty. Last year, it was a 49-12 win for the Tigers.
Trying to string together some positive plays here again.
Next week, Coach, the girls' golf will be in the MEC tournament at Cardinal Hills.
Is that next week?
That is next week.
Okay.
Next weekend, next Saturday. Clear your schedule.
I think I just did.
Warriors take over, 1st and 10, ball on the 42. This is the new package here they've put in. And that is going to be a gain of about 2.
Yeah, it looks like a pickup of about 2 there. Brock Nauman on the nice carry. Met by a bunch of Tigers, but is still able to grind out 2 yards out of that.
Field looks great. Facility looks great. It's a great evening. 2 good communities in here. Great turnout.
Yeah, Coach Knuckles should be happy with this gate.
I would think so. Here we go, going to the outside. This is the play that got us a touchdown. We've got a penalty.
Coming back. That was a hold. There's a hold right in the middle of the play, you can see.
Riker Malk. Is that on Grayson?
No.
Yeah, that's the first penalty of the third quarter
no,
for.
It was right in the middle there. I could see it, but I couldn't make out the number.
First penalty for Wes-Del as a holding. Wow. Throat's making noises now, Coach.
Yeah, I had to take a drink there.
Yeah, your fans.
6:46 to go here in the third quarter.
Coach Sims is in the chat.
Is he?
He believes that some of my terms are working tonight. I always appreciate Coach Sims getting our humor.
Hand off to Nauman.
And
there's another flag.
Another flag. And that was a good, decent pickup.
Still going.
Still going.
Push that pile. Push that pile.
But I think this is going to.
Well, let's hope it's false start.
It's a false start.
Why didn't you ball it dead?
Well, listen, they're out there doing the best they can.
I know, and I appreciate it.
We all know that. That's not a canned response that I've had to be told to make. Let's see. I'm just tallying it. Hitting my checklist for positive remarks about officials. Let me mark this down.
Yeah, you've got a ways to go.
I'm filling out my book given to me by
Got 7 years worth of
the powers to be.
7 or 8 years worth of makeup for.
I tried to shake one of their hands tonight. I think they identified me. They didn't even want to look at me. Sorry, guys. Sensitive group. 6:18, 2nd and 23. This is Grayson Mealy carrying it. I don't know how this is going to go.
Did just fine. Nice pickup of about 8.
It's the first official carry of his career.
8 or 9 yards there.
And we got an injured Alexandria player. And it doesn't, I hate to see that. They're waving him over. Tony is on his way out, so we will hope that that is not anything too severe in any way, shape, or form for that young Tiger. As we mentioned, the let me go through here for us. We got some time. Let's talk about the schedule.
Well, I know JV has a game against Alexandria on Monday.
Do they now?
They do.
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
Just heard that announced, so.
Yeah. Tuesday, August 27th, the girls' golf team is at Eastern Hancock. Coach had already mentioned that.
Yep. I think am I loud over there?
I don't know if you're allowed.
It's been 2 years.
I don't think you can go in the building anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That official, I think the restraining order still holds up. Friday, August 30th, the football team travels to Tri-Central High School.
That's where we're going, I guess, then, huh?
They are always a good host. Enjoy Tri-Central. And then, as we said, Saturday, August 31st is the MEC golf, but I'm going to switch over and take a look at there's a few other calendars here that I'll get to in just a second.
Yeah, I believe volleyball's got a game or two.
Yeah, volleyball's got a few in there. I just need to switch over to their calendar.
They have not hit the weekend tournaments yet. I know they don't play this weekend, but they'll get to the point where they'll play during the week and just about every weekend.
Yeah. 3rd and 14, ball on the 38.
Grayson again. This time he's strung out a little bit.
Strung out and tackled there. That one
loss
really
of about
going
2,
anywhere.
I think.
Yeah, loss of 2. Well, let's look at the volleyball team here and add that in there. We go back. Looks like the girls' volleyball team will be in action actually on Monday. They will also be traveling to Eastern Hancock. This is the Eastern Hancock week.
All right.
And then they play Union.
Right, fix that on your schedules, folks, because that's been moved.
Punting away. That was a good. That's a good
punt.
punt.
A great punt.
Good punt.
Let's get some good coverage here.
See if we can make a tackle. Get a tackle.
Push them out of bounds.
And that ball is fumbled but out of bounds, and they're over to the 40-yard line. And then the girls also play on Thursday, August 29th, the girls volleyball team, and they play Wapahani. They host them.
Yeah, I'll be on the coverage with Coach Wilson for that one. That's a home one.
So mark your calendars, folks, so you can.
You can't make it, pull up the live stream and watch us.
There he is. Boy, we've got some good ones. Got some good fans out there tonight. The Goose.
There he is.
He's out there camping.
He's sitting by the fire somewhere.
Yeah, he's having probably a good old bowl of chili maybe. I don't know. It might be too warm for chili. He's out at camping and sitting by the fire and watching the Warriors on the Sports Network.
Yep, he's probably about 6 or 7 Richards drumsticks in.
Chicken Little. Tackle made by Tyler Summers and finished off there by
just short of the first down.
Number 10. I always forget. Is that Owen Long?
Yes.
No, it's Eli Wright.
Yeah, it's Eli Wright, yep.
And that's going to put the Tigers at...
It's going to be second and about 2, it looks like.
Yeah, and they're going to be on that 32-yard line. And we appreciate everybody tuning in. Kevin Dodd, Justin Wicker, as we mentioned, Abby Nash, Corey Sears. Appreciate all of you. Appreciate all the comments.
Keep watching.
Love that everybody's being positive. We got a lot of good things coming in our football program. Looks like they just got across there before he's tackled. Tackle made by, I believe, Jonah Whitworth, number 23.
Yes. going to be enough for a first down, but not much yardage on that, but unfortunately enough to pick up the first down.
And if we look at just to giving you the season rundown, the Warriors, as we mentioned, their next game's at Tri-Central, and then they'll be at Greenwood Christian. Here we are on 1st and 10 here for Alexandria. Watch this play. Oh, it's a quick little touch pass, but a nice play made. Tackle made there by number 76.
That's Powers, right?
That is Luke Powers.
He pushed right off that block and able to make that tackle. They had a blocker on him, but he just shoved the guy off and made the tackle. Good job.
After the Week 3 travel to Greenwood Christian, the Warriors will host, and this will be homecoming. Mark your calendars on September 13th. That's the homecoming game against Southern Wells.
A little earlier this year, isn't it?
A little earlier. And then we make a big travel on September 20th to North White. That is all the way up by Old Indiana Beach. There's more than corn.
Yeah, apparently North White.
Yeah, there's North White. Here we are on 2nd and 16, ball on the 34. Gass with a fake. Looking to pass. He's getting a little bit of pressure. That one is let go, and it is
almost intercepted.
Almost intercepted. We had Summers and, I believe, Owen Long over there.
It was almost caught, then almost intercepted.
And then we host Monroe Central at home on the 27th of September, Park Tudor at home on the 4th. Then we head to Union County, and we finish the season on October 18th right here at home against Cambridge City Lincoln. That would be your senior night. So there's your varsity football schedule. We'll be bringing all those games to you. Both myself, Coach Mack, and the producer, Mr. Producer, will be heading on the road to bring all those games to you. And it looks like we might have a timeout here. It is a timeout with 2:43 remaining, and we'll give you a couple spots, couple ads, pay some bills. We'll be back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Hi, I'm Trip Lukemeyer, Director of the IHSAA Foundation. Each year, over 160,000 student athletes compete in high school athletics within our state, learning the value of hard work, persistence, and integrity. The IHSAA Foundation works to empower and support this next generation of leaders through scholarships, leadership development, and sharing the benefits of education-based athletics. To learn more about our mission and how you can help high school athletics make a difference, visit ihsaafoundation.org.
Hello, I'm Brian Avery, Director of Champions Together for the Indiana High School Athletics Association. Champions Together is a program that partners the IHSAA and Special Olympics Indiana. It is designed to provide opportunities for students with and without intellectual disabilities to participate together on fields of play and in other activities throughout the year. Unified sports, an important part of Champions Together, allows students who might not otherwise have the opportunity a chance to represent their school in interscholastic sport and compete for an IHSAA state championship. Unified sports currently exist in roughly 1/3 of IHSAA member schools, and that number is growing. For over 10 years, Champions Together and Unified Sports have helped promote relationships between students with and without intellectual disabilities, increase graduation rates in schools.
All right, they got out of that timeout a lot quicker than we thought. What you missed, folks, was a big carry there by the Alexandria Tigers. 2:34 to go, and they've made it up to 1st and goal.
From the 8.
Well, thanks for that. From the 8.
They got him. So we can hold them here.
We can hold them. Hold them. Okay.
Shakes off
tackle made there by number 20. Nice tackle. I believe that is
Zach Gillum.
Zach Gillum, freshman. Watch this. Watch Zach Gillum come in here and just blow this up. Bam. Just put him to the ground. I agree with Corey Sears. He said he sees a lot of positives, and it's going to be a good year. I agree. There are a lot of positives.
Absolutely. It's a tough game to start with. Alexandria, see on the sidelines, got a big team and a lot of guys, and they are going to have a good season.
Yeah, I think they'll be able to contend in the CIC this year with the type of offense they run. That one throwing And that's another touchdown. That's caught by.
That's caught from behind. That was really a nice catch.
Number 14, Mason Fuller. So it's Gas to Fuller for an Alexandria touchdown. Earlier in the third quarter, it was Gas to Rowland for the TD, and this is Gas to Fuller for the touchdown with about 1:25 to go. They missed the last PAT. We'll see what they can do on this one.
And he got it.
Do you know the longest recorded field goal? I do.
66 yards. I
think it's 66 yards.
Yeah.
You're right. I mean, official.
Right.
There's other ones out there. There's other claims to fame, but
I think you probably ought to go with that 66-yarder.
Abby Nash, I just saw your question in there, and that is September 13th is homecoming. So it's a quick one this year, and the theme is Lost City. I don't know. Coach, that's a tough one.
Yeah, I was around. You know, I'm the senior class sponsor, of course, so we are doing Atlantis. And then after that, I don't know what's left.
The great lost city of Hartford.
You know, it's still around.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't.
Rawl?
Yeah. Yeah. The old Raw Gym's still going,
Yeah,
isn't
it's
it?
still there, but
I don't know if you're allowed to play in it. I think it's condemned.
Yeah.
It's 41-6, 1:25 to go. Tigers are going to be kicking off.
We to the running clock now? I believe we might be.
We ought to be.
It stops on
change of possession.
Yeah. Anytime there's a score, but after that it should start running.
What was that, a fake kick?
They've been doing that little trickery all night.
There's Tyler Summers. And he sheds one tackler. Gets up past the 30. New band director, Connor Martin.
Saw that down there, yeah. Got the band here.
Yeah.
Early in the season.
Mr. Peha is off to another job, Southport High School. We wish him the best.
I heard there's a dog down at the elementary now.
Winnie.
Yeah.
Winnie is down there and
doing great things.
Doing great things.
Earning her biscuits.
Yeah. She's earning. It's a tough job being a therapy dog. What do we got? What's happening?
Delay game.
Okay. Well, I'm glad the linebacker from Alexandria is pointing to our side because that's a pretty easy one.
Yeah, when it gets to zeros.
That's usually what happens.
Yeah. That should end the quarter since it's running clock. And 2, 1, and it does.
That's the end of the third quarter. We're going to be back with you. You're watching Wes-Del Varsity Football on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
The Indiana Fever select.
The journey doesn't begin at number 1. It begins before anyone is watching. Before all eyes are on you. It's the journey that made you number 1. And from day 1, it's the extra you give. Extra work, extra hustle, extra sacrifice. And I don't mind being a little extra. And neither will our next number 1.
With the number 1 pick in the 2024 WNBA draft, the Indiana Fever select.
Welcome back. Back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network. Always want to thank our sponsors, Star Financial Bank, the Vandermeer Reed Realty Team, American Pest Professionals, the Dumpster Dowling Rentals, and Star Rocket Media. And here are the Warriors in action. Grayson Mealy in motion. And that is not going to be
hit the
complete.
ground first.
It was intended for Tyler Summers, says Brian Lake, the smooth as caramel voice of the Warriors.
It's funny. I saw him eating a candy bar earlier. They had one in each hand.
Yeah. He's a Milky Way guy.
Is he?
Yeah. Well, I don't know that for a fact. I just made that up.
I don't think he cares.
Yep. Hand it to him. See which one he likes.
Yeah. Yes.
That is stopped and
maybe a yard.
Might have got a yard out of that. Yeah. I think that was Brock Nallman. It was. There's a big game going on out there just behind the fence. I saw number 63 out there. I've seen 2 or 3 footballs. I don't know how they're making sense of the games out there because there's so many footballs being tossed around. But
it might be a different game they're playing.
Yeah, the kids these days, they're creative. They got the ticky-tock. Fourth quarter, 10:36, 3rd and 14. That's Owen Long trying to get a head of steam going. He gets a little bit out of that and finally taken down by several Alexandria Tigers, including the Roland crew. Somebody is down, I believe, cramping.
Yep.
And it's that time of the year. The old ball coach told me he was worried about cramping.
Yeah.
No, not the team, him.
Oh, well, early in the year for coaches, too.
Yeah.
You ever wake up in the middle of the night with a leg cramp real bad? And you want to cry?
The way that started, I felt like we were doing an infomercial.
If you ever have.
Yeah, I have.
Yeah. I was there for a while. I was really having trouble with it. with leg cramps.
Oh, I tried to hold on because we said we were going to be more professional, but you just threw me off right there.
I started sleeping with a nightstand full of bananas next to me, and I just eat one before I go to bed. Now we're back after that break.
Yeah.
Jonah Whitworth was able to get up and make it back to the sideline.
Technical difficulty. Looks like we got punt away there.
Fair catch called for him.
Yeah, it's going to take us to a quick break. We'll be back here on the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Hey, Indiana. Let's clear the air about vaping. Glue, rat poison, paint. We all know these products contain poisons like formaldehyde, arsenic, and lead. And these are just a few of the chemicals you'll find in e-cigarette vapor. Let's clear the air, Indiana. Don't puff this stuff. Visit don'tpuffthisstuff.com to join the fight and spread the word.
And we're back. 9:12 to go. 1st and 10 on the 31. There we go. Several guys in on that one. That's going to be number 10 and 72. I believe that's Easton Stewart.
He's cramping up a little bit himself.
And Eli Wright. Yeah. Boy, next week's even going to be tougher on these guys because it's going to be in the 90s.
It's supposed to be really hot. Just hydrate as much as you can during the day.
Yeah. Tony has packets he gives them, which they can put in their drinks. He does that throughout the day. We didn't have that back in the day.
No.
Now back to pass is Brady Gass. He's got a receiver, and that is going to be tackle made by Carter Flynn. A little extracurricular there. I don't know what.
No flags given, so all's good.
Remember, sportsmanship, this is your HSA. Oh, there is a flag on the play.
Is there?
Yeah, they just threw it in the back there.
That was a blindside block.
Blindside block.
It's the second time they've called that on Alexandria tonight. Well, that one's going to go way back. 10 yards from the spot.
Tomorrow's first day of college football, I believe.
You know what they call that week? Week 0.
Week?
Doesn't make any sense to me.
0. I heard that one.
Yeah, we call it week 0 because not everyone plays, and it's kind of the unofficial start. But
I think there's only a few games in there.
Yeah. Florida State and Georgia Tech.
That's a big one.
Might be the highlight.
It'll be 3rd and 18. Ball on the 23. Little dump down screen. He dropped it. That'll bring up 4th down. It'll be 4th and 18 now with 7 minutes to go. Be nice to get the ball back and maybe get another score here. I would think they would punt. And it looks like they will.
They'll run this down as long as they probably can at this point.
Yeah, they've brought the kicking. No, they did not. They are going for it on 4th and 18.
Yeah.
Up 41-6.
Well, it's only 3rd.
It isn't. Oh, yeah, it is only 3rd?
Yeah, it's only 3rd because of that. We took the penalty.
Oh, that's correct. Sorry.
So now that'll bring up 4th.
Now that should bring out the punting.
Yeah, here they come.
Here they come.
We're in the running clock, so the clock will run here the rest of this 4th quarter.
Are they kicking?
Yeah, pretty sure they are,
Yeah.
That's Summers back. Special teams coach Eric Harlan back here, kind of helping direct, bringing the second guy back. Owen Long and Summers back.
Got a penalty flag here.
Owen Long catches as the up man. Gets it back to the 45.
Across,
Let's see what the penalty is.
Penalty was thrown right down at the spot of the kick. It's going to be on us. I don't think it's a first down, is it? No, it's on Alexandria. Take that back. So they re-kick?
We're going to see if they do. I think you can take a re-kick or you can add it on to the end of the run. Blindside block again. So they'll add 10 yards on, or was it 5 yards at the end of the kick there.
Clock's running.
Yeah.
Makes for a quick game. Probably a good rule that they put into place, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was.
Reduces a chance for injuries. This one away, and it's going to be Brock Nauman. Nice run by Brock, and that's going to be a first down.
Nice lead block there by Riker Malk to give the extra of 6 or 7 yards that Brock was able to pick up.
Yeah, you see that right there, and number 30 is Riker Malk, and he gets that block that, yeah, he added another 7 yards after the block. Warriors now almost under 4 minutes. Good opportunity to try to go score inside the 30 now. This is Riker Monk on the carry. He has a couple of guys out there, got knocked down. Riker made something out of nothing right there and picked up about 3.
Yeah, picked up about 3. Ran about 15 yards to pick up 3 there.
Yeah.
Looked like he might be tackled for a loss, but was able to put his head down and find the seam and pick up a couple yards.
.320 to go. Want to thank our corporate sponsors scrolling down there in the right-hand corner of the screen. Those are our athletic corporate sponsors, always helping us to provide additional funds to bring athletic gear and supplies to our athletes. There's Brock on the carry again. He's got a bigger hole there. Hang on to it. Nice. It's been a good night for Brock. I think he's ran well, and I think Riker Monk has had good spells of running too.
I think we've found what's going to work for us this year. It's just, we want to dictate the pace a little bit more than we were able to tonight with the Alexandria explosive offense. But
the coaches told us it was going to be this way. They said that, listen, they're good. They can spread you out and they can pass. They have one of the best quarterbacks in the area.
Right.
And it was going to be a challenge on night 1, and it has been, but I've seen a lot of good things out of this Wes-Del team. Something similar to what we said last year. Scores very similar to last year's matchup. I'd like to see us get one more in here if we can. Here's Riker Monk going behind some blockers, and he picks up, again, positive yards. And it looks like Easton Stewart has gotten poked in the eye, or he's holding something that he's working on there.
Yeah, he's a lineman. You never know what's going to happen down there. Down the end of the pile, or hands to the face underneath the face mask and no one sees it.
1:40 to go, so we're trying to keep moving here. Riker going behind again, cuts back. Nice little cut back to the other side. Good running by Riker Monk, and he's almost to the 10-yard line now. It's going to be
have to go quick.
1:18, so they're going to need to get going. You see here on the replay, Riker just cuts back to the left right there when the hole on the right side wasn't there, and he found a seam and made something again out of not a whole lot there. We're under a minute now on 2nd and 5.
So misdirection.
Grayson Mealy. He's putting his head down.
Mike Duck might have to call a timeout.
Yeah.
I don't know what the protocol is on something like this. If you just play it out and try to score, or if you...
Grayson picks up the first down, so it's 1st and goal on the 5, maybe the 6-yard line. Warriors have 30 seconds left.
If we run the ball, this could be our last play unless Coach Nuck takes a timeout.
See what we're going to do here. 20 seconds. This will probably be it. Hand off to Riker Monk, and he dives forward. I'm not sure he's in.
Oh, right at the one. Call a timeout, Coach.
They're going to call a timeout, I thought.
Yes, he did.
Timeout is called. We're right on the line. We want to punch this thing in. I don't blame him. So you can see here, it looked like Riker on your replay. It looked like Riker was just short. He made a good second effort from behind with some help. And
I mean, you can't get much closer than they are.
I think you see Malachi Dubois, number 52, throw his hands up. He thought it was in.
Cannot get much closer than this.
As I said, it'd be nice to, as you can see where the ball's spotted, the officials looking at their watch.
Be a great way to end. On a rough night to kind of punch this in, and I can't imagine if you give the ball here to Brock that he can't, Brock or Riker, one of those guys
That's what I'm thinking.
With the lead blocker, they can't pick up, this half yard here.
Here they come. This will be it. Last play. Ball is literally almost touching the goal line.
They could go just the old quarterback push here.
Yeah, we'll see what we do here. Got Grayson and Brock.
That's Brock.
Brock's going to get it. Brock goes in for a touchdown.
There you go. Attaboy.
And there you go. And the lights are flickering here at Paul L. Parker. And it's pretty cool, folks, when that happens. Hope to see more of those this year. So it was a touchdown for Riker Mock earlier and a touchdown for Brock Nauman. So the Warriors put 12 on the board, and we see an almost identical score to last year. It was a 49-12 difference, and it's 41-12 this year. As we go through the line for the handshakes, we will stay right here and just give you a quick run through of our post game. So it was Brock Nauman at the end, giving us 12. Post-game show sponsored by the American Pest Professionals. We talked to Coach Bob Todd earlier, but if you got a pest problem at the house, pest problem outside, I'll tell you what, get on their annual service. They do inside, outside. They come quarterly, refill your outside, make sure everything's working for you. It takes care of over 30 different pests, and it's really a nice, we have it at the house, and it's kept Kai Denny away for at least, he lives 3 houses down from me, and he stayed away for, at least 2 years now.
You want to talk about pests.
He's a pest, and Bob Todd has taken care of him for us. So, Coach, your keys to the game. Let's just go back to those. It was to win the battle up front. It was to slow down their passing game. It was to limit their turnovers. Let's go back to key number one, win the battle up front. I don't think we did a problem there.
No, I think we learned some things about ourselves, and one of them is that we can win the battle up front, and we can run the ball, and we can run it behind a couple of guys. And the new package that we put in, I think, worked well. I like our lead block here. Whoever it might be Grayson, sometimes it's Riker. Sometimes it was even Brock, and we get a few times we pulled our guards and even the lead block with them. And
we saw Zach DeWitt going on the line, which is new, because you pulled Grayson off the line, and I thought Zach did a great job, along with all the linemen up front, Malachi, Dallas Godby, Luke Powers. Our line, I think, in our schedule, once you get past this Alexandria game, I think you're right. It's going to prove itself, its experience, and we're going to be able to move that ball. And I think, as you said, it will dictate the game up front.
Right. And that's what we want to do. And so that key number one, I don't have any problem with.
Key number two, slow down their passing game, was probably going to be the biggest challenge, but it had to be a key because that's the only way you could be in this ball game. But you're looking at probably one of the best, if not the best, quarterbacks in our area.
Yes, and that's where they exploited us, honestly. And we have some young guys back there and some guys that may not be young but are young in experience. And so they took advantage of us at times on some nice coverage, but guys just a little bit softer coverage. But let's be honest, they ran nice patterns with guys and a quarterback that hit them in stride for the most part. And when that happens, then you're really tough to defend.
And you look at the third key to the game was limiting the turnovers, and we did have a couple of costly ones in the first half and really cleaned things up in the second half. But those 2 interceptions, one being a pick six, that hurt.
Yeah, when you lose the turnover battle, then you put yourself behind the 8 ball a little bit, and you also give up points on a turnover that you lost. That's really kind of it's a double whammy there. So I think that's something that you can attribute to a young quarterback who's going to get better as the year goes on. I think the game, you can't simulate how fast a varsity game is when you haven't played in one. And, there's a lot of things running through your head when you're a sophomore under center there. And I think he'll just get better as the year goes. But what we need to do there is limit our turnovers by handling the ball more, taking care of it, and then running using those experienced guys and experienced line to take some of that pressure off Vondi so he doesn't have to. And then he'll get to the point where those are working so much they have to crowd the box. We'll get those little dump down passes and get him going.
Well, Coach, next week we head to Tri-Central. Alexandria fans, you'll be hosting Wabash at home, but we'll be on the road to Tri-Central. We'll be bringing that one to you, and we'll be hoping to bring home our first win of the year as we fall to 0-1 on the season. Alexandria moves to 1-0. And a lot of season left, a lot of wins possibilities on our schedule. Really, this is one of the toughest ones on our schedule, and we start out with it. I think it's a good test. I think we saw a lot of good things tonight. But, Coach, take us home with kind of going into Tri-Central and what you want to see in the next week of practice.
Well, what you need to do is get healthy. Guys that are going to be a little banged up, bruised up, and Coach Nuck knows how to handle that. So they'll ease their way into practice, and then they got to get ready to go to your first road test. So now you go on the road, play, at Tri-Central, a team that I feel like we compete with every time we play them. It's close, and I feel like we're going to go over there and dictate the game. And I know we'll have a good game plan because our coaches will work hard this week to come up with one. And I know that, we'll have our kids will be ready and they'll be excited. And I think it's just a good chance for us to go over and get a good victory on the road.
Tune in this week as the Wes-Del Sports Network will probably have a few volleyball games for you to watch.
Yep.
Make sure you check in on those and see some of the other sports that are happening right now. As we didn't mention, cross country is going to be getting underway as well. As we've already talked about the girls' golf, and then we've talked about volleyball, and you've watched your first football game. Week 1, it's 0-1 for the Warriors, but a lot of good things. We'll see you next week at Tri-Central. We'll be on the air probably about the same time. Look for us about 15 minutes before kickoff, somewhere around 6:45. Barring no technology problems on the road, it's always difficult to find out whether we're going to get connected and we get all that worked out. But want to thank Mr. Producer tonight. Another great production of the Wes-Del Sports Network. Want to thank Coach. I want to thank our sponsors, Star Financial Bank, the Van Mater Reed Realty Team, American Pest Professionals, Dowling Dumpster Rentals, and Star Rocket Media. On behalf of Coach, I'm the Superintendent, Kyle Mealy. It's been a fun evening. It's been a great night to spend with all of our fans at Warrior Nation. Make sure you tune in next week where we are going to bring it to you from Tri-Central. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next time.